All right. Yo, welcome back to the archive. What's going on? This episode we got a special guest, man. Introduce yourself real quick.
It's the guy Howdy Reality. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on Twitch.
Do you?
About to get into some
Do
Stranger
you
Things.
be on
So
Twitch? I thought we were
I'm
just talking
retired
about
Twitch streamer.
how you don't be on Twitch anymore. That was what we was
You
just
know what I'm
talking
saying?
about.
We ain't gonna talk about that part. We ain't gonna talk about that part.
Yeah,
But yeah.
well, this video we're gonna talk about Stranger Things, season 5, volume 1, the first 4 episodes. I know, like I was talking about, no format, and I tried. I even was like, yeah, we can go episode by episode. I'll go and I'll put a little synopsis so I can remember what happened. I didn't do any of that, so we're just gonna flow with it and hope that I can remember what's going on half the time. So, um, first, let me get your thoughts just overall on the parts
Overall,
we got so far.
man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this season has the potential to end off like spectacular. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm,
You know how it usually shows like the further it goes, the worse it gets.
yeah,
I feel like for Stranger Things, it's kind of uh, it's kind of the opposite. I mean, at least for these last two seasons, I feel like these last two seasons um, have been one of my favorite seasons throughout all the seasons. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Um, I think so far with the first four is leading to be great. That's what I'm
okay,
gonna say.
that's what you feeling. All right, man.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm gonna tell you, I don't think I'm feeling 5 as much as I'm feeling 4, but but
Okay.
it's only so far. I'm not gonna say overall because the reason I like season 4 so much is because of how much it leans into the horror of like Vecna and stuff, and we haven't really got
Mm,
any of that yet because he hasn't came in yet until the very end. So that's why I say it
right.
so far. Now, when the season ends, I feel like I'll probably as long as it doesn't like end in some like Game of Thrones way, I feel like I should be all right. But the first episode kind of killed me, man. While we're going just starting, the first episode was killing me at first. The like getting back into Hawkins and telling you what's been going on in the last like 18 months
Right.
took me the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of shit. But after that, and once they actually get into the season and it's not just a recap fest, uh
Right.
that's when it gets real like bro, that first that shit of Robin at the squawk just reading off like a script of like, yeah,
Oh
what you need to
yeah.
know, what's happened in the last 18 months. It was rough, man. It felt like she was just reading it because like we need to know what's happened in the last 18 months because we don't know what's happened. So,
Yeah. And you know one thing I really thought about the way how the last season ended, it it kind of didn't reflect the first season or the first episode coming back into it.
yeah.
Because if you remember the last episode of the last season, um, it was like chaotic. The fucking Hawkins was breaking,
Yeah.
um, and it was like this build up. They was all standing in a straight row, like all ready to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm over here thinking, oh, the first episode, Demogorgon's gonna be coming out. Everybody, it's gonna be an army versus army. What my thought was. So when it came back and it was a time skip, and then like the world is kind of like people are still living their lives like regular lives,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, there's the weird stuff that's going on the side that everybody knows about. It was kind of like I know where they was gonna go with that. To be
Yeah.
honest,
See, I think that kind of I think that the 18-month time skip was so necessary for them, not only
yeah,
because of how old these fucking kids look at this point. These kids are our age, bro. Like, as crazy
right,
as it is to believe, these kids are 20 to 22, 23 years old, not counting the
right,
30-year-olds that are playing the 20-year-olds. But like
exactly.
these kids are old as shit. Like that, you can do it with Steve and them because they're once you get to a certain age, you kind of looking relatively the
Kind of
same.
look the same.
But like
Right.
Finn Wolfhard, dog, looks like a completely different person from what he was at
No,
the beginning of this fucking season or the show.
no. Yeah, seriously.
But also, that time skip is necessary just because I feel like you can't. I mean, as much as I would have loved them to go straight into like hell of the upside down coming up,
Mhm.
you can't really do that. You have to like let things simmer out enough where the government gets taking it over, and like you open up on the Wheeler house and it's like all happy and Holly's walking around putting plates down. They're doing dinner or breakfast, whatever,
Right.
and it's like didn't like the upside down blow up last season? Like, what were we doing?
Exactly.
What's going on here, man? Like you got to have that gap in time to make it where like they've gotten used to this life that they're in now. Like they can't go anywhere. They can't go outside of Hawkins. They're stuck here.
Right.
They probably hate fucking life.
How do you feel about like the government
I hate it.
like protecting the gate? You know what I'm saying?
I
You didn't
don't,
like
bro.
that?
I'm gonna get to it like when we get to the later episodes because like by far the military shit is always my least favorite part of Stranger Things stuff. Like I just hate it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like the Russian shit in season 3. I didn't like. Well, was there much government stuff in season 4? I don't really remember there being that much government stuff. But besides the Brenner, like the government as in like 11 stuff is cool when they're doing like the tests with her and stuff. But when you get to the actual military and like the
Oh,
when the
the
guns,
government.
yeah, because they were there in the last season. But I'm talking about the government as in like this government where they're chasing the gang, they're chasing L, like
Yeah.
the actual
Remember the part
military.
when last season, um,
The
I think last
helicopter, I
season was
know.
the one where 11 was what she was trying to get her powers back,
Hmm.
and she had to meet up with Papa
Yeah,
in
that stuff is cool.
secret lab. But then the government, they was all going to them because they knew where 11 was. They was trying to find 11. I can't remember exactly why they was trying to go get 11. I think they thought still thinks she's
You talking about last
the
season
reason.
or
Yeah,
this season?
because last
Because
season,
this season, I'm pretty
nah.
sure they were just doing it because like they want to use her power. Like I'm pretty sure that Dr. K girl just kind of wants to use her for what she was originally intended for, which I'm trying to
Like a
remember.
weapon.
Yeah, she's basically just a weapon. That's all she was made for. Like all those kids were just made to be weapons, and I'm not gonna spoil. Let's not talk about the other elephant in that room. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Was that
All right.
episode 3 or was that episode 4?
When
Because I
that
want to
stuff
say that
started
was the
happening.
end of it. No, 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 I'm talking about the character that comes back, the one that is revealed to still be like
Oh,
from. Yeah, I'm not.
3. I think that's 3.
Is that 3? Okay, I was gonna say because I know
I think that's end of 3,
I'm
beginning
pretty
of 3,
sure
or
that's
beginning of
the
4.
I'm pretty sure that's the end of an episode. But then I'm like, well, episode 4 is the obvious stuff. So
Right.
that was probably episode 3. But they were all just made to be weapons. So that the military stuff kills me. Just it's kind of boring. It's like you have all these monsters that are like cool as fuck, and you have these characters that I really like, and then you're just like, yeah, let me just see more people with guns, and let's see more people with guns, and just a shit ton of people with guns, and they're all dickheads. None of them have any like nuance to it. It's just they're all bad military people. Like
Right.
it's just kind of it gets boring. But once the Demogorgon starts fucking them up, that's when it gets entertaining. That's the best part.
I want to talk about the Demogorgons being on timing this season. I
Let's
ain't
just
gonna lie.
okay. Well, while we got that, let's just go into the episode 1, the Demogorgon attack. So
Oh,
at this point, all we've got in episode 1, we got the Will flashback to season 1, which he doesn't look like Will at all. Outside of
not
like
at all.
the like, I'll accept it because obviously you have to do something like that. But
Right, right,
man,
right.
for $450 million or whatever the fuck Netflix threw at him, hey man, I can pass it because nobody has gotten those CGI faces down yet. Not a single person.
Yeah,
Every time you see one of those, it looks bad.
every single time.
So I
But
can't
I'm
really
glad that
can't
they
really
like low
complain.
key went back and explained some of
I don't think we're done there
what
either.
his lore and what he was doing. You know,
Like I don't think we're
as
done
far as
there
being upside down.
because from what like I was watching some videos and every season of
Mhm.
Stranger Things has started and ended, like not ended, but like that first scene, the opening scene of the season always comes back in some way. So
Right.
I don't think we're done with that Will in the upside. Although since when was he parkouring from trees and shit, bro? Wasn't this kid like
I know, right?
12? Wasn't he like 11 or 12? Like he's jumping
Or
from.
parkouring from a Demogorgon, chasing them, climbing up the trees as fast as he
Oh
can.
man,
No way.
there's no
No
way
way.
that kid is like 4'6". 11 years old, jumping across 15 feet tree gaps. Now if they say, hey, he had these powers the whole time, then maybe. But like, we can't just say this that he's been doing that. Anyways, yeah. So Will and the upside down shit, and then we get back into the gang. We see Lucas sticking up for Dustin and shit. They're all in school getting bullied. Hey, what do you think of Dustin this season, man?
What I think about Dustin,
Yeah, he's a lot different than he normally is.
I'm not gonna lie. I know that Eddie's death really took a toll on him, and I'm glad they really showed that because it was like, for one, last season Eddie was one of the most popular characters, and he was one of my favorite characters as far as he was only there for a season, but
It's
he
still
brought
fuck the
everything.
Duffers. Still fuck the
You know,
Duffers for killing Eddie Munson, bro. Fuck the
you know,
Duffers.
and it was like I understand like they always add a new character and then get rid of that new character, but he was one of them characters that I felt like needed to stay. But anyways, besides the point, Dustin like acting the way how he's acted this season, it kind of made his death even more impactful and has made his character even more, than it would have been if Dustin was just like, okay, whatever, like
Yeah,
he died, it is what it is.
yeah.
And I feel like like especially how sad it ended the last season, you know, it really just made that even more of a like that connection that he had with Eddie made it seem even more real, and relatable. But I've seen a lot of people talk about it and they were like, man, I don't like Dustin. Like, I don't like how he's acting.
He's fucking
And I get
16
it.
years old, bro. Like
Right.
he's
Yeah.
still a kid. I know his actor's 35, but like he's a 16-year-old kid, bro. He's gonna his one of his mentors just died,
Right.
and now he's not only is just that happened. Now the entire town thinks that that guy is the reason for what's going on right now, and that he's the one that
Exactly.
killed these kids, and that all this is going on. Like, there's a reason that he's a piece of shit in this season so far. Like, and I get it. I love how shitty he is with Steve too, bro. I know him and Steve are like this, but Steve is kind of fucking annoying if you're in a bad mood, bro. Like he's very pokey. Like he's constantly asking you
Yeah.
shit. He's constantly poking at you and shit. So I could see how that gets real frustrating for Dustin. Like what he said I don't know, learn Greek, Steve. I can't be there to help you all the time. Like
Yeah.
he's kind of getting sick of Steve, man.
I feel like Steve, low key,
He
in
sucks
my
this
opinion,
season. I don't like him
I
this
feel like he's a
season,
bad
bro.
friend. I feel
It's
like
not
he's
even that.
really
It's just
just
like he's so obnoxious. I feel like we keep rehashing on the same plot points that we've been going on since
um
like how many times are we gonna have Nancy and or Jonathan and Steve fight over Nancy, bro? This has been going
I'm
on
tired of it.
for 5 seasons
I'm tired
now,
of
bro.
I'm tired. Can we move on? Can
Just
Jonathan
pick.
and Nancy just lock in and just leave it at that?
Oh well,
You know what I'm
wow.
saying?
This isn't super big, so I'll just talk about this now. What do you do? You think Nancy would say yes to Jonathan? You know how he has the wedding
Yeah, he
ring,
got the ring,
the ring. Yeah.
bro.
I don't think she says yes
I
to him.
I think I mean from okay. Let me kind of spoil, but not spoil, because if you watch the trailer, there's a couple of scenes with Jonathan and Nancy that we haven't seen yet.
Mhm.
And them two together, and like there's like a scene where they're like head to head and they're like crying
Yeah, I
together.
know what you're talking
It
about.
kind of made me seem like either something crazy happens and they have that bonding moment that they need to have as a couple, and it kind of like um hold on. So let me rewind it.
I was gonna say I don't remember
Cut that out.
what you was talking about.
So boom, right? So as I was saying, there was a scene from the trailer that we haven't seen yet, with both of them like being head to head and they're like crying with each other. I feel like either he proposed in, they had this like little moment, or there's something crazy happening and they needed that moment to re-spark the
Hey, bro.
relationship together.
Did you watch my video on who I thought was gonna die?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay,
Who do you
well,
think is dying?
Jonathan is on that list. Jonathan is pretty high on that list, actually. I,
Pretty high.
I think, bro, because I feel like one of the buyers is gonna die, bro. One of them is gonna die. Like, and if I don't want it to be Joyce personally, and at this point, I don't really want it to be Will. Will probably seems like the most obvious because he's connected to Vecna, so there's gonna be some, and it's already kind of established that when the Demogorgons take damage, he takes damage. So I feel like that could happen. But like Jonathan seems like the easiest. Like I'm gonna sacrifice myself to save Will, or I'm gonna sacrifice myself to save Joyce, something like that. You know?
You know something
So,
I never thought about that since you just said that. Um, you know how when you know Demogorgons or whatever gets hurt, he gets hurt.
yeah,
I've never seen like I can't remember if I ever seen like a part where Vecna gets hurt and then Will gets hurt.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I
don't.
don't know
I
if we
guess
ever seen
yeah.
that dynamic.
But I'm
So
just kind of
I'm wondering if
assuming.
that's gonna tie or if that's not gonna tie at all. That's
So
just
my thing, the reason I'm saying I think it might is because yeah, we haven't seen that, but normally when Will's getting hurt, it's because he's tapped into that hive mind, and normally
Mhm.
when they're attacking Vecna, he's not in that hive mind. And
Right, 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 right.
I think that the revelation of you know how damn I feel like we're getting way ahead of ourselves here. Like this is episode 4 information, but like who at this point
It's
if
kind of
he's
hard not to
I
segue
know,
into that.
and it's whoever's watching this has probably watched the episodes of the show, so it's not a spoiler. I was just kind of trying to keep it in order, but fuck it,
Right.
fuck it. When he uses his powers at the end, spoiler alert, Will gets powers at the end. If he, when he uses them, he's using it through the vision of Vecna because that's he sees what Vecna sees, so he can see that
Right.
the depth what the depth now if he's using those powers, that means he's at least in that hive mind. So if they try to go and kill Vecna while his eyes are all grayed out and he's like fucking snapping Demogorgon's titties like this, he's gonna he's gonna I feel like he's gonna feel that pain, bro. I feel like if Vecna takes another buckshot to the chest that has like gas
He'll
on it or
bleed.
something, Will might eat shit. Like but I don't want it to happen. Like I said, bro, Will's been the best fucking character this season. Like, he's the only one with like an arc so far of like some sort of. But also, maybe I'm just happy that this Mike and Will shit's finally fucking over, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's like been it's another thing like the Steve and Nancy shit that's been going on for like 4 seasons now, and they just won't let go of the Will likes Mike, Will's gay, great,
And
but Mike
then
does not.
Mike don't.
Mike does not.
Right.
There's no feelings back towards that from Mike. So Will just needs to get the fuck over it. And now that he's over it, hopefully he
He
can
can
lock
use that.
back in. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I,
um, yeah, we'll get back to Will. We'll go back to Will, but
yeah. There's a lot to
let me.
talk about
Yeah,
with
I was
Will.
gonna say we were talking about the Demogorgons, and we were gonna talk about episode 1, and then somehow we ended up on the very end of episode 4. I don't.
Let's go back to
Yes, let's go back.
okay.
Well, do you remember what happened
Let's go back to
in between the also the kids that are bullying Dustin look younger than Dustin. Um, if
bruh.
they look like
Seriously.
real high schoolers, they're all pieces of shit. I hate them all. Um, and they low key get their asses whipped. I'm glad that the kids stand up for Dustin because you fought a Demogorgon. Them fucking 5'11" jocks aren't shit to you, bro. Like,
Seriously.
not shit.
He's seen all Vecna, everything. He's seen
Yeah, I was
all
gonna
these
say
crazy
they
monsters.
none of them give a shit anymore.
You
So
know, how do you feel about like I don't know, I can't remember if this is episode 1 or if this is episode 2. This is like a little I'm skipping a little bit ahead, but the Robin will like
yeah, you
dynamic.
are
How do you
skipping.
feel about that?
You are
Is
skipping
that
ahead.
episode 1 still or
No,
is
that's
that
not. That's they. I
episode
think episode 1. The only thing that
episode
happens out of that is like that Will sees Robin and Vicky doing their thing at the hospital, and he freaks out
and then
because
do they
that's at
do
the hospital.
the
Remember, that's at the hospital, and I'm assuming that's in episode 2 because of what happens at the end of episode 1.
so episode 1
That is
that's
so
when Howdy
Lucas
gets taken.
Holly gets taken at the end, but they in between that they're doing. Remember, they're at the playground or they're going and looking for Vecna. They're trying to plan this crawl out. Eleven's doing her
Mhm.
training, and Mike's or Will sees that spinning thing, right? And then he ends up putting it together that oh he's seeing through Vecna's eyes. He's seeing Holly what she sees,
Right.
and then that's how they kind of figure out oh he's coming for Holly. We see that, and then they know about the Demogorgon. So then they end up at they're going to the Wheelers. But now that we're at the Wheelers,
Yeah.
bearing us forgetting anything else that happened in episode 1, because I kind of tried to block everything before the Demogorgon out. Um, the Demogorgons, bro, cool as fuck. I really,
I ain't
bro,
gonna lie.
them now getting like the fact that they can stand in the light now that they have more budget and they're allowed to stand in the light and do more
They can
things.
actually fight instead of
Right,
show
it's
up,
cool, bro. Like that's literally all they've done before is show up, swing a couple times, and then either get
and that's it.
murked or leave. And now he's like, this Demogorgon's on a fucking mission, bro. He's like, he's breaking. He didn't even just chase him down the stairs, bro. Jumped out the house, cut them off through the front door. That's some smart
Yup.
shit, bro. That's a
Did you
demo.
see him
Hey,
jumping about, bro? The upstairs like balcony
yes,
staircase.
bro.
He was like,
Brother, I would
he
shit
did some Dead by
myself.
Daylight stuff,
I would shit myself if that thing was coming after me. But
bro.
the
He
the
parents fighting back.
I think first I think Holly having this doomsday scenario crawl through her ceiling and then running to not only the mom doesn't hear any of this shit.
Right.
Also, the mom has a line earlier in the episode. The mom has a line earlier in the episode where she's arguing with the dad and she's like, "You don't even know how old your daughter is." I don't think any of us know how old your daughter is. I think your daughter is a very ambiguous age here because she was like 3 in the first season or 4, and this kid is
Yeah.
like 14 years old playing a 10-year-old who's aged up 6 years and 4 years. I don't know what's happening. I think it's a retcon, but at this point, why not make Holly if the Duffers love to say that they have this all planned out from the jump, why not make Holly a character before season 4 or 5? Like she was a character, but in terms of actually doing anything, she I don't think did she have any lines up until this season? I don't think she has a
I
single.
actually watched the video on that. They literally. I don't think they even had a line. You know the.
She's
actor,
in it.
or the actress, the original one.
Yeah.
They were twins.
It was twins, yeah. Which is it's
I don't
more
think they had
common.
Any line.
It's very common in when you're using a kid that young, just use twins. But
Right.
the only thing I can remember Holly ever doing in any season is in the first season when she walks in that room with all the lights in it and the lights are all flickering and she's like, "Oh, there's some
and
shit."
she's walking.
Yeah, but she's 4 years old. She probably doesn't even remember that shit. So it's like
Right.
then they have her aged up ambiguously to now that this kid is like 14 years old trying to act like she's way younger. She's got the pigtails, all that shit. Like this kid is not, and she's good. I like her. I like Holly in
She
this
did good.
season. But
Did good.
it would have been so much better if she had any lines or anything to do before this season to make her like establish her as a character, you know? Like if she's actually 10 in 5th grade, she would have been cognizant of her brother and sister doing all this shit. It's not like she was like it made more sense them being super young, but now you want to make her a character. You kind of have to. I don't know. But I guess you can't use Erica. Erica's the only other option. And at this point, is Erica in high school now or is she in middle school? She's in high school, right?
She's in high school.
Cuz yeah, she's in the chemistry
in the
or in
same
the
grade that they was.
which that chemistry or that whatever class she's in is going to come back.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. That thing that Mr. Clark's drawing on the board looks suspiciously like the thing that Will was drawing saying that he saw Vecna making all the little spirals and shit. It looks similar to a wormhole. So, I think that's going
Crazy how this teacher has so much like behind the scenes like knowledge.
it's almost like it's a TV show. It's almost like they wrote it so that he had all that knowledge.
Exactly.
But hey,
But
I'm cool with it. Anyways, back to the Demogorgon and Holly's ambiguous age. Yeah, doomsday scenario. She goes into her mom's room. Somehow none of her, like her mom can't hear any of this shit. Like I would assume that the demo crawling through the ceiling would make some more noise than, like she wasn't even listening to music or nothing, was she? The mom? She was, but like it
in the
wasn't.
bathtub.
But you're telling me you can't hear that shit?
She was.
Unless she was already drunk.
She was drunk.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Ted's outside hitting golf balls into I don't know where.
golf outside his door, like outside his house,
He
like he
was,
got a big old yard. Like he
bro.
has no
He's
yard.
literally up on a hill, and it looks like he's just hitting golf balls into a city, bro. Just, just, just fuck whoever's living out there, bro. I guess. Um, yeah, he. Oh man, that Demogorgon attack is good though. Like them hiding in the
Yeah,
bathtub and going underneath the water just for Ted to come in and try to fight him with a fucking golf club and get his shit rocked. Great, love it.
yeah, he got bodied. He did.
He got slapped across the bed, but he'll be alright. I think he'll be alright.
He'll be
But
alright.
hey,
We haven't seen him since.
but they said he was in a coma. Yeah, because nobody gives a fuck about Ted. Notice how the kids didn't Nancy and Nancy and Mike were in the hospital and didn't say a word about
Nothing
their
about the
dad.
dad.
They were all worried about the mom. They were trying to go,
I'm
go
like, is the dad dead? I didn't even know. Like I was just like
No, he's in
figuring it
a
out
he's in a
looking at it
they say
later.
he's in a coma. So that's why I think he doesn't have anything to
Didn't
do. But they didn't even
know.
say anything about him. They don't even give a shit. They're just like, "Yeah, is our mom okay?" Like
His mom good.
hey, I'm telling you, nobody cares about Ted, but he gets his shit rocked, and then what is it? They Karen and them run down the stairs. She puts
Yeah,
up a fight. She puts
she
up a
does.
fight. She does like hit him with the wine bottle. She's like stabbing him with it. But why don't anybody ever just like take like I was thinking she was gonna take the wine bottle and like shove it down his throat, like the mouth of the Demogorgon. I feel like that would be like
Yeah.
when I look at the Demogorgon and they like roaring at me with their face open, my first thought would be, let me shove something right in there because I feel like that would hurt them. I don't know why
I
nobody does
think
it.
she did. I think she did.
Did
At
she?
least for the first stab, because of the fact I actually watched the video about this. What I can't remember exactly what I watched and what they said exactly word for word, bar for bar. But I'm a summarize it the best of my knowledge. So, it was one of the seasons where somebody was fighting a Demogorgon. I think it was the season where Opera was in Russia or whatever.
Mm.
And he was, you know, how he was in this little like tournament thing, and they're all
Oh, you
fighting
talking
the
about season
Demogorgon.
four
I
with
think that's
the
was that
in
season 4?
Russia? That was in Russia. Yeah, that was when they were in
So
Russia.
yeah,
They had. We talking about when he had like the flame stick.
yeah.
Yeah, that was season
So
four.
you know how they was fighting Demogorgon, and like this Demogorgon's a brute. Like he's not,
Mm-hmm.
nothing is hurting him really, besides the fire or whatever. But um, from what somebody picked up when they hit the Demogorgon in the mouth, like directly, um, it like stunned him for a minute, and that was like literally the main thing that like was able for them to capitalize and kill him,
Yeah.
leading to that. So it was kind of like, okay, when the mom, got the stab in the mouth, she was able to get more stabs in, even though the Demogorgon binded her.
I
Like
was
she was
split up
able to
like
get some hits.
for some reason I just remember her like walking up to the Demogorgon and just stabbing it like this. I don't remember her doing anything up here like stabbing it. I just remember her like walking up and like poking it in the stomach and then like in the chest and stuff.
Right. Somebody got to rewind the clip. Somebody got
Yeah,
to go
I
back
gotta
and
look.
make that scene.
Had the thought process. Maybe I should skim through these episodes again, but
I should have did that too.
then again, I just didn't do it. But I think I'm gonna try to watch the first. Like I'm gonna try to watch everything, like the whole show again up until where we're at now before the last episode comes out,
For
so
sure.
that way I could just like. I meant to rewatch it before the season came out, but again, I just don't be doing shit. I be playing and shit, and I just don't do it. So I'm gonna
And
do
it's
it
long,
before.
so it's like you got to dedicate a lot of time.
I know that's why I didn't do it because it's like fucking 25 hours of content right there just sitting there,
Seriously.
and I could easily just watch the new Rockstars video on it. Damn it, I don't gotta rewatch all this shit, but I'm going to. Um, yeah. So what happened? Where were we just at? We were at Karen. Yeah,
You had the mom
Karen's
stabbing, and then
which
the,
great.
mhm,
I love her fighting back. Finally, somebody does anything
she
to
does
like.
something.
Yeah. Well, I like Karen Wheeler, bro. One,
That was her
she's
first time seeing the
one.
Demogorgon.
Yeah. Which. I'm gonna get to that. Damn it. First of all, she's fine as fuck. I don't care. That's a milf right there. Uh, since season one, bro. I don't care. Anyways, yeah. Like you were saying, first time seeing a Demogorgon after all this, right? This whole
Right.
debacle we've had in the last 4 seasons. and the upside down coming into the right side up. Why the fuck did neither of them tell their parents about any of this? Why didn't they tell at least them like, hey, there are some dangerous monsters that are coming and they might come for you, so be prepared. You think they would say this because eventually they're gonna have to tell them, like some point. So you might as well tell them now when the world's going to shit anyways.
I think. Well, I remember, in one of the earlier seasons, I can't remember which one. I remember they weren't allowed to tell them anything because of the fact that the government was watching them, and
That was in
they
season
could have.
two though.
Like,
That was in season
I
two.
don't. I
They
don't
were
know if
still
that still
kids.
applies.
They
I
were
don't know if
still
that's still
kids.
the plot or
Well,
not.
yeah,
That's
the
what I was
government's
saying.
coming for them, but also the Demogorgons are coming for their parents. So you would think like, hey, maybe
Which one is more important?
we would want them to know that like there's these big headed monsters that are gonna come through. Where these aren't even like things that you could keep out like a normal intruder. These are like aliens that are coming in from portals that you don't know like
I
that.
think they also didn't think about like why would the Demogorgons go for them? I think that's
I
something
guess
they didn't think
that's
about too.
also a good point because they make a very clear like why the fuck would they take Holly? What why?
Right.
What was the point of that? But that's
I understand.
I think that's when Will. How did they? Okay, if that's when Will knows, like, because I remember Will wasn't sure until after that he realized that the spinning was Holly. What made like what ticked them off that the Demogorgon was going for the Wheelers? Do we remember?
Um, for the Demogorgon to go for the Willers.
Yeah, what was the thing that like made him know? Oh, the Demogorgon's going for Holly and them. Was it he saw? Was it Will seeing through their eyes and just knowing he's going towards their house, or was it like I'm trying to remember? I don't remember.
I know he was. I know Will was the reason why they knew, but I can't remember
See, this
exactly
is what
like
happens when you make all your
seeing
episodes long as
through.
shit, bro. I don't remember none of this shit. Like all the little,
I don't
little. I
remember.
just remember big pieces. Like
I just remember him like I remember him saying they're going for them, and then they
that's what I'm
followed him
saying.
with
I
the
don't remember.
walkie-talkie,
I don't remember what led up to that
and
point. But anyways, fuck it. It's not important. Yeah,
then
Karen.
11.
Oh, that scene though. That scene of when Nancy and them finally get there and they walk in and you just see the big ass blood stain on the floor. I was like,
And
oh fuck, they did it. They finally killed somebody important. Finally they did it. And then they didn't do it. They were too scared. Once
psych,
again. Once again, the Duffers are
psych.
scared of killing people. Unless your name is Eddie Munson or Bob Newby. They do not want to
Bob
kill
Newby.
you. Fucking RIP the goats. Bro, that pissed me off, bro. Although the scene of it when she comes in and sees first of all, from what Karen got hit with, she should not be alive. She got stabbed in
I
the
thought
stomach and then
what they
slashed
were gonna do.
across her entire
Yeah,
upper
it was
chest,
bad.
bro.
It was bad.
Entire like larynx and all, bro.
I thought the way how they was gonna do it was okay. Yes, this mom had the important piece of information. I thought dad was already dead, so I thought okay, mom has this important piece of information. They get the information from mom. She dies. I thought that's what
Yeah.
she was doing.
Yeah.
Like not gonna make it.
Yeah.
And
But
you
now
took out both the characters, but at the end
no,
their
they
death
can't.
meant something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Ted's death don't mean
But
nothing because Ted don't mean nothing.
well,
But Ted's just there.
man,
But
welcome down Ted.
Ted's just another person for the dead meat to count in the kill count whenever that
Yeah,
happens. It's just another person. But he's not. I think them now, if you kill Karen after they get their information out of her, it just feels like she was just left alive to tell them what's going on. Like,
right.
but
You know what else I
man,
want to touch on before I forget? How do you feel about 11 chasing the Demogorgon and like a
oh,
minute later finding
deciding
Hopper?
after Hopper would first of all after Hopper just like what's the word specifically told her,
Was
hey, do
lost.
not go into the upside down. She immediately follows the Demogorgon into the upside down.
I feel like this happens every time. Like,
It's
why does
I
this
don't even know why
so
Hopper
often?
bothers anymore. Just let her go. It'll save you some time. At least you have this psychic kid next to you instead of going in there. Oh, I'm gonna get
Just
to
blazing.
Hopper. The reveal that he had bombs strapped to his chest the entire
Oh
time.
my.
I'm not gonna lie. I had to rewind. I'm like, wait, you're telling me he was just gonna kamikaze himself if he ran into Vecna? Just gonna
Again,
blow himself up?
just try to be the guy that sacrificed himself
He wants
every
to be the
season.
hero so fucking bad, bro.
Like, bro.
But anyways, yeah. what were we talking, 11? Oh yeah, and then you said running into Hopper almost immediately. Again,
Yeah,
plot needs to happen. So you're gonna I didn't even
so
realize they were relatively close. I thought
yeah,
they were
they
like
literally.
in opposite sides of the upside down damn near. Like
That's what I thought too.
but maybe why was Hopper so close to the Wheeler's house in the upside down? Wasn't he just like
Right,
at the Max Z, like going from the
right. How do you get there
I
so
don't know.
fast?
It's
And it was
called
all the same day.
man. It's I'm telling you. It's just they need stuff to happen, so they're gonna write it in there. But
You know what?
it's like
You got a
I
point.
was half expecting when the other kids went upside down, they were just gonna bump into him right away too, because it's like, well, fuck it, you need to like get Steve and Dustin and them linked up with Hopper. Like
I'm surprised. Okay, so I guess when the show comes back, that's what's gonna happen. Probably the first episode is the
I don't know. Speak
uniting
back on Steve and Dustin. This is gonna be all. This is the definition of a podcast. This shit's gonna be all
yeah
over the fucking place.
everywhere.
And it's gonna be like 2 hours. Like, but anyways, because I was gonna say we're at 38 minutes and we've covered maybe one episode so far. Um, there is I don't remember what I was talking about. What was I just saying
We was
about
about to talk
Hopper?
about Steven
Oh,
Dustin.
Steven Dustin. Yeah, why is Steve such a dickhead? Like in the last episode when Dustin maps the whole circle out, right? Steve is so
Right.
against that idea. Like, oh, so what? So what? So what? So what? Why are you such a fucking asshole, bro? They figured something
Why is
out.
he arguing with Dustin? This supposed to be the dynamic duo.
I thought they were,
And
but to be fair, I knew they were wrong. I don't think there's anything beyond that wall. Like if it's truly, which I assumed it was just a circle on the outside of Hawkins. Hawkins is it's been pretty clear that the upside down only exists in Hawkins. So I don't think there's like an upside down Chicago or nothing like that. So that wall, I'd
right.
assume that wall is just like you can't
Just
get through it.
indicating that
You can't get through.
it's just
Yeah,
Hawkins.
it's the
That's
end
all
of
it
it.
is.
But so I kind of think they're wasting a lot of time on the what's
The
beyond the
circle.
wall theory.
Right.
But like I mean, it makes sense, I guess.
But
The
you know when I think about the beyond the wall theory, I think what's beyond the wall is like
wouldn't that just be Dimension X, like what originally Vecna traveled through? Because before, I'm pretty sure that's what Vecna's trying to do is connect the Upside Down to Dimension X, which is like would make it like this super fucking dimension that like would leak into the real world. But I don't know, man. I guess we'll
do
figure that
you
out. We still
think
have 4 episodes.
do you even think Vecna is even the guy though? Like
So you're saying like the Mind Flayer is the who is the
that's what people are
if it's
speculating.
not bro,
Mind
but
Flayer
that's the
is
thing is
controlling Vecna.
and now they have this stupid okay, I'm gonna rant a little bit
But then again, I don't know how that works.
side rant.
If Vecna's been doing it.
They just did that stage show, which now they're trying to all of a sudden tie all
Tie
into the
together.
show, which means now you need to watch the stage show. And I did
Never
watch
watched
the
it.
stage show, or I watched some clips of the stage show. I don't fucking like it. So why would I want to watch the rest of it? So I'm just gonna watch a breakdown of it because my problem with the stage show is up until this point, besides like Joyce and Hopper, and then like maybe some other characters, it
Right.
wasn't a thing that everybody went to fucking high school together. I mean, I guess yeah, they all lived in Hawkins. It's a small town, so you would assume they all went to high school together. But nowhere did they say that Henry Creel was in the same class as like Hopper, Joyce, the
I thought he
Wheelers.
was taken when he was a little kid. That's what I thought.
Uh,
So I,
so in the stage show, basically, it's a thing of we learn the cliche of Henry Creel is not necessarily evil. He was
right.
that cave, that cave in episode whatever it is where Max is like he's scared he won't come in here. There's a very good reason for that. I would if I were you, bro. I'm gonna plug. I think his name is like Michael J. Watch Michael J's video on the stage play. He like breaks down because there's 2 versions. There's the like Broadway and then there's the one from London. They changed some stuff.
Right.
He covers kind of the differences in both of them so that you get the full picture of it. And it like basically the cave has something to do with that's where he first encountered the mind flare, which then entered him, and then he went into the upside down from there, and then it like corrupted him. But originally, Henry Creel's powers, like he fights the mind flare. in that stage play. Like he's the one trying to protect people from the mind flare. Um, so that would make you think that the mind flare is who controls him or who is
Right.
the one fighting, right? But then in
Right.
season 4, they made it clear that um, one when he got to the upside down, didn't he like craft the mind flare? Like didn't he make that shape? Like he was the one that turned him into what the mind flare looks like. I'm pretty sure he like when he landed in Dimension X, he like started holding his arms up in the air like 11 and then
I think I know what
turned
you're
the
talking about.
mind flare into the mind flare. So I don't know. I think Vecna has to be the fucking now he's this king monster. We're gonna get to Vecna. He is that design, that new design for
Fire.
Vecna, top fucking tier shit, bro.
Fire.
It makes him look so much more intimidating than the Vecna with the beer belly and like
Yeah.
the like weird tentacles that are like sticking out from is weird. But now he's like slimmed down. He has like the wounds are trying to like the branches or they're not branches, they're tentacles are trying to like heal themselves from him getting all burnt up and shit. It's cool as fuck.
Where did this form or whatever come from?
It was because
Like
it's
is it
literally it's the
aged
same.
or
No,
what?
it's the same from what I understood from like the interviews I saw. It's the same. Like he's still just the same Vecna. It's just at the end of season 4. Remember he got shot with a shotgun, set on
And burnt?
complete fire, and then knocked
Yeah.
out of a window. He was fucked up, and
Oh, so we haven't seen him since then.
no, he's been. That's the 18 months he's been getting himself back
Mhm.
together, and now he's
Right.
got like the spiky shoulder pads and shit. My boy is jacked now, bro.
He's on timing. He's
And
on
hey, and
time.
him coming through, and that's why I like episode 4 so fucking much. We got some of that horror of his like claws going through the person's face. Like he just extends them and it goes through his eyes, and oh, it was so fucking cool.
The CGI, bro, that and everything is so good this season. Like
Uh,
he really put the
let's not talk about yeah.
episode 4 though. Episode
No,
4.
let's talk about episode 1 CGI when they were climbing
Which
up the
one?
squawk tower, and Steve and Jonathan are climbing,
Oh, and it was
and
like,
yeah, and it looks like
oh
they were
my
standing in a
gosh.
bedroom in front of a green wall, just fake climbing up a ladder, and you could see the bro. I'm pretty sure on Steve you could see the green line around the outside of his like his body, bro. It was bad, man. It was
I feel
a
like it was a shot that I feel like it was a scene that they didn't even need to even add. They could have really like did something else
what?
to make to get their point because it was like they were just coming up there for one to show off for Nancy
Well, they were going up there to
and then
turn the radio station back on, right?
right, but it
Which
was
was
like
important because that's how they got the information to the gang about like the crawl and like them setting up the military stuff. So it kind of
it was
needed
a
to be there.
scene that could have been there, but I feel like I guess since it was an important scene, they didn't really think they should invest that much
It was
into it.
again. What did I say? They threw at him $450 million. I think I could probably key out a scene better than that. Like if you gave me enough time, just like I could at least get the green tint off of Steve's shadow. Like you know, I don't know, man. It was cool. Anyways, let's go to episode 2. So after Holly gets taken,
Yup.
um, 11 went
Mr.
in the
What's his
upside down. The Mister What's his stuff. What did you think of the? Wait, was that episode 2 or 3 that they revealed who that was?
Oh, that hold on. That might
Uh,
have been that might have
3.
been
I think it
3.
was the beginning of 3.
So
Okay, so for
let's talk about
now,
that.
Mister What's it?
Hopper in 11. Let's talk about that part. Them meeting up in the upside down.
Yeah.
The army coming through. How do you feel about them getting to this wall and then the army just coming out of nowhere on top of them
I
like
mean,
they had a tracker on them or
like I
something?
said, bro, the military shit's boring to me.
Yes.
But it's like I also just don't really find Hopper that interesting anymore. It's kind of like I've seen this song and danced with him so many times of being the overprotective dad that like doesn't want. But it's like, dude, we're at the like Will says, bro. We're at the point we can't keep wasting time anymore. We can't let 11 just sit in the background. You have this psychic kid that can fuck shit up. Go let her fuck shit up, please. Otherwise,
Right.
you guys are all gonna get
Somebody's
shot.
gonna get fucked up.
You guys are
Right.
all gonna get shot. This is a 1v7 with military dudes with tanks and shit. There's nothing, and I do think him the funniest shot is him when they're doing like they're looking for him, and he's sitting behind that wall, and there's a hole the size just enough of his face for him to stick his entire face through the thing. Where I'm like, dude, they
Yep.
definitely fucking see you, dude. If they don't hear Eleven screaming, they definitely see your big ass head sticking through that hole in the sign.
How do you feel about like the
Sonic
fucking
waves,
waves of
yeah,
energy, sonic wave boom
it's
over
better than
here?
them. Like someone said, bro, it's
She
better.
dying and shit.
Like someone said, bro, it's better than them just saying she doesn't have her powers anymore. At least there's like an actual reason for them to, like, you would think that they would know at this point. Yeah, this psychic kid probably doesn't do well with these waves. Now, I want to say I think at first I thought they were sonar waves where they were like getting her ears, but I think it's just
Mhm.
like messing her equilibrium up to the point where she can't like
Where her
stand.
whole body is,
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's like I was like, if it's just her ears, I feel like they would first thing instinct would she would go cover in her ears and like,
Right.
but she doesn't do that really. She just kind of breaks down and it just
It's
takes
kind of
her
like,
out. Yeah, she's like, ah, shit, this shit hurts. What the fuck? I I can't.
I feel like,
The
like
Hopper
I
stuff.
just,
The Hopper stuff is just kind of boring to me. I think the Hopper Hopper just kind of seems like he's out of it this season. Uh, the actor like David Arbor just doesn't really seem like he's got his heart into it. But
I, yeah.
I
I
could
mean,
kind of
like
feel that way
he really
about
haven't had
everybody.
no scenes where he's like, I think all his scenes are just like action, like he's just fighting or shooting or.
Which is cool. But again, like I said, the stuff
That's
with the
fine.
guns is the most boring shit to me. And Hopper's main thing is he has guns. But
Yeah,
I do
that's
like
him.
Hopper. I do really like the villain Hopper, like him playing the villain role of like kidnapping the soldier and like beating the shit out of him to try to get information. That's cool. And
Yeah.
when he said something about because you know the soldier they kidnapped is calling her a freak and shit, and he's just
Right.
like, yeah, well you better tell me what's going on, or this little freak is gonna crawl into that mind of yours and get the information for me, and I won't have to do shit. So you better just tell me. And then he immediately just gets his fucking brains reached into like what was that from? Did you watch Deadpool and Wolverine?
No, I haven't.
Bro, there's a scene where the villain, who's like the Charles Xavier twin, just reaches into Deadpool's head, like straight up reaches through his forehead and just starts digging in his brain. And that's what that shit reminds me of, bro. I, I can't wait. Hold on. Backtrack. Side note. You haven't seen Deadpool and fucking Wolverine yet?
Bro.
That movie only came out, what,
Like,
2 years ago at this point?
yeah, bro. I
A year
haven't watched.
ago?
There's a lot of
Whatever it
movies I
was?
haven't watched. I haven't watched Marvel movies in a minute. Like I've skipped a lot of them
Man,
because the quality was getting worse. So I just like, you know what?
let's
They
save
got me.
that
I
for a
won't watch
different
it.
day. I think I've
Yeah.
been getting more and more disappointed with Marvel, but not necessarily because they're bad. I just think like the more they tease, the less interesting it gets. But anyways, Stranger Things. Side note. Just a quick side note about Marvel movies. It's a modern day media piece when there's Marvel shit all up in it. Like no matter what
Yeah.
you watch, there's gonna be someone who finds a way to shit on Marvel somewhere in the video. But they episode 2. So
Yup.
first of all, we forgot to mention, yeah, Mr. Whatsit. We didn't say a thing about him until a couple minutes ago.
Was that?
Uh, that was episode 1.
Yeah.
Where you see Holly talking to this imaginary friend who I
I didn't
will
even skip
say,
that.
I immediately knew who it was. Just seeing his silhouette in the window and her like waving at him, I was like, oh, I know who that is. And then when I saw at the school when she's talking to him, first of all, I believe the parents have every right in the world to be upset with their daughter who's walking off on her own in school talking to imaginary people. I don't think normal imaginary friends bring you off to the side at school. That's not a normal thing. So,
I got 2 points for you on that. For one, Mike, knowing that this is happening, and all the stuff he's seen and all the stuff he's been through in these last 4 seasons, why does he not push on that harder? Why
but
is that
he
not?
doesn't know because from what I understood, he didn't know about Mr. What's It until after the remember they were having the meeting with their parents, the
Right,
principal. That's when I thought that he learned about Mr. What's It when she's sitting next to her
right.
and she gives him the or he gives her the little Holly the Holly the whatever it was.
little toy,
Yeah,
whatever the
which
little
him
character
saying that
was.
she can just open dimension doors, by the way, I feel like that's too specific for them to just not have happen. So Holly's gonna be opening fucking portals and shit by the like Doctor Strange by the end of this shit. I guarantee it.
She
But
might be the one that
Miss
opens the portal for the character we'll talk about later.
mm-hmm.
Season three
Um
or episode three. My
and
bad.
and oh, I can't wait to talk about that. Um if we're talking about the same thing, I can't wait to talk about that.
Yep.
Anyways, episode
Mm-hmm.
2, that's when um there's a couple crazy ass reveals in this season, bro, or in this first part. That's kind of cool. Um
Yeah.
so what else happened episode 2? That was the was that them that was at the hospital. Mike and Nancy are trying to get information out their mom. They're like trying to figure out who this Mr. Whatsit figure is. Because apparently Mrs. Whatsit is a character from this book that Holly was reading, A
Right.
Wrinkle in Time, which I'm not gonna act like I know shit about A Wrinkle in Time.
I
Uh
don't even.
Outside of what I've learned from videos about this season so far, that's kind of seems to be the only thing I've learned about it is like there's this evil big entity called it that like keeps people trapped in their in this like fake world. So cool. Um, but like, what else happens in that episode? That's them. They figure out who Mr. What's it is. We have this really
Right.
dramatic scene of Miss Wheeler writing out. Uh, I'm just gonna say it. Fucking,
His
she's
reign.
writing out Henry, and we as soon
Yep.
as I saw H, I was like, oh, so I was right. This is definitely Henry Creel, because you can see his fucking skinny ass silhouette in the window, and you can see his skinny ass hand when he's talking to Holly. Like it was the most obvious shit in the world. Now the mystery that I found interesting was who the fuck was stalking around in his mind, like the shots of. I guess we could talk about that. So Henry Creel, when the Demogorgon took Holly,
Yep.
instead of going to this demonic like weird red world that all the other characters got to go to, like Max and Chrissy and then they went to that weird like red Vecna mind layer thing. Holly
Right.
gets taken to Henry Creel's house, but like before, oh, I guess after. It is just cleaned up, like, because originally Henry Creel killed all his family in there or whatever. Uh, but
Yeah.
like this seems to be like a that didn't happen. This is like a
This is that
nice
universe of that.
version of the house where like Henry's just this normal dude who like kidnaps children. I guess I can't say
Ooh.
he's normal, but he's like he's taking children regardless. Like
I got something for you on that one. So you know how you remember I'm retconning. Will, right? Remember he went back or he when he got taken into upside down.
mhm.
You know when they found him originally, and he was like in this wall,
Yeah,
and his mouth was like had
yeah.
this thing on him.
That's what happens to Holly though, right?
Right. It was the same
Hmm.
clip where Holly's like in this wall and he got this thing in her mouth.
Which is
So
freaky as fuck, by the way. These monsters are freaky as hell.
yeah, they put an egg in her mouth. Like what is
Just
happening?
down your throat. Sorry,
So
buddy.
with that being said, she's in this like she's not physically there, but she's like in this like I don't even know how to word it. Like she's in this
It's like a
her
mental.
mind is there.
It's in her memories. It's or
Right.
it's in Henry's memories, and that's kind of what they discuss. I feel like that'll be we'll talk about that when we get to the who is in there lurking around, because that's when they kind of
Right,
tell
right,
you
right.
what that. Remember, they
What that
tell
world
what
is.
that is, yeah, because you don't really know at
Right.
this point. You're just kind of like, maybe Henry Crow's
I
not so
think it's
bad, right? Well,
right.
I also have a question about the character we're talking about. So I guess we could just wait because I have a
Yeah,
question
yeah, yeah.
about what the fuck is going on with that because it doesn't even make sense. Like if you think about how Holly's there and how that character's there, doesn't really.
Yeah, they
I
got
don't
their
get it
two
in
different
two completely different ways.
right.
And they're in yeah. Anyways, what the fuck else happened in episode 2? Was it just the Holly jumping around, dancing around like in Henry Crow's house? Like
So it
he
was
does tell her don't go into the woods by any means, which I have a gripe with Holly.
well she does okay, this is the episode where she does go into the woods
But I think at
at
the
the
end of
end
this
though. That's like the
episode,
last
yeah, that's where they
thing
reveal
that happened.
who's in there. But so yeah, Henry's telling her like, "Hey, don't go in the woods, no matter what. That's where the monsters are. The monsters that I'm telling because Mister Whatsit is this character that's going up to a bunch of these kids, and somehow is like a collective hallucination for all these children, and Holly's stuff, and he's like taking these kids into the house so that they can be protected from the monsters. Um,
Right.
I don't. I feel like we're gonna get more clarity on that because I guess it's not really all explained outside of what's actually going on. But like so he that's his plan. He wants to take all these kids and shout out. Ooh, I can't wait to get to Derek. Derek is my goat. But then he gets yeah. So it tells him don't go to the woods. That's where the monsters that they're talking about are. And immediately, Holly gets one note in the mail saying, "Hey, it's Henry. You should come here." She automatically goes into the woods. I was like, and I thought there for a minute, I was like, oh, she went back in the house. She's gonna rationalize, hey, no matter what was the exact words Henry used? No matter what, do not go into those
Never.
woods. And she was like, shout out, good that she did, glad that she
Yeah.
did, but like you were just told very descriptively not to go into those woods. And at the first sign of Henry saying go into those woods, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go into
Oh,
those woods.
I'm going.
Which great, but like I said, okay, so
So she
we
goes
see
in.
that we see like the camera moving through the woods where like they're watching Holly. So we're like,
Right.
oh, who the fuck is this? Okay, off first guess, who did you think it was gonna be?
Not gonna lie, I really thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be Henry. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be Vecna. Like I thought it was gonna be okay, she seen him leave in this regular form, but I
He's gonna
thought she
come
was
back.
gonna come I thought it was gonna be him in his actual like
Yeah.
Vecna, you know what I'm saying? And like I thought like the way how they was gonna do it was Henry when he's on his when he at his house,
Mm-hmm.
he looks normal. But when
Yeah.
he leaves to go to the woods, he looks like that. That's why he's like, okay, do
See,
never come out there.
I don't
Or
even
he'll
think
flame
that
out there.
Henry is real. Like I personally don't even think that
A real
version of Henry is a real thing.
he's
Like
just some
he's literally just a memory. Like he's literally that's kind of what it gets explained as. He's a memory of him. Like this is a but I don't even know is
but
this
you seen when episode 3, I'm not gonna go too deep into it yet, but
we can just say okay, let's
when
just say it.
he when
Who
okay,
at the end I thought for a second it was going to be Eddie, but then I saw the feet and the pants and I was like, "Oh shit." And here it is, Max. Max is
it's Max.
I was literally thinking this same episode. I was like, dude, is Sadie Sink about to get this big ass check just to lay into a bed all season? Like, is she about to
Right.
get paid just to lay there the whole year? Like, is that all
Right.
she's gonna do? But
You
yeah, it's
know,
revealed Sadie Sink or Max is alive. Well, not alive, I guess. She is alive, but
she's alive but not
she's in
alive.
this like memory world, which is then explained to us. Which yeah, I guess Holly would recognize Max. She has been over there. I figured she would be a little more like receptive of it.
Oh,
But I mean, they talk about it like, yeah, you've seen me before. But like I said, Holly was supposed to be younger in that, so I don't know how much she would remember. But she says, yeah, how are you here? Because you're in the hospital. That's what I was talking about. How the fuck is Holly in the memories, but she's physically in the upside down? Max is
how did
physically in the right side up.
getting snapped
Yeah.
leads to you getting into his mind
But
or
no, it
into his
doesn't.
memory?
Because is Chrissy there? Is Fred
Is
there?
is
Is Eddie wasn't snapped. Eddie wasn't killed
Eddie
by
was
Vecna.
he got killed by
The
the Elmo
bats.
bat or whatever.
Yeah, he was eaten alive by the bats. Um,
Where the bats at?
well, I just don't think they're in that part of the upside down. Like, the upside down is relatively big. Um, maybe they just didn't. I guess we also it's been 18 months, so maybe Vecna like made them stronger or
Something
something.
else.
Turned them into like demodogs or something. Which, hey,
There's Demodogs
for
in
a
the
second,
trailer.
for the sliver of a second, I thought that the plot twist was going to be that Vecna is turning these children into Demogorgons. Like they are that these all these Demogorgons that have been attacking are children that Vecna
They're
is
the
kidnapped.
kids.
But like that's stupid. Please tell me they don't do that. But they well when he was saying he was pumping them full of stuff, I thought that was going to be the reveal. Is like he's been turning them into the Demogorgons, and that's what he wants them for. But I think it's more of like he wants them for the power source of it. I think that's kind of revealed by the end
And
as he's
he's trying
there.
to do his own his
He's trying to.
own
I think he's trying to. I
Hawkins
guess
lab.
let me wait. I'll wait till the end to say yeah. He's doing this Hawkins lab thing. But anyway, so Max is revealed. Max is alive in these memories, and these memories are like Henry Crill's memories. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this one specific cave that Vecna or Henry won't chase her into, so she just stays there. And she almost escaped. That scene earlier where I guess we didn't talk about it, where who
When
Lucas
Lucas
doesn't
was in
get.
the hospital.
Lucas is one of my complaints with this season so far. He doesn't do anything. Uh, he has no importance to the plot outside of Max. Like his connection to Max is like the only thing that's relevant to anything going on in the season. Um,
I think they're gonna use him in the second
yeah,
half more.
and that's
From
why
from the trailer.
I'm not
From the
complaining
trailer.
too much. I think
You're
it's
not.
just it's the kind of the curses of only having half the
They get
season out
pushed
so
away.
far. He's
Right.
You're gonna have they had to make Will a character. They had to make Mike somewhat reasonable again, and you can't really do it all. They have a lot of characters. They have a real hard
Because
time
yeah,
balancing all these characters out. Uh, Also, fuck Murray. I
that's why
hope
they
he
gotta
dies
kill
too.
some people.
Yes, that's what I'm
Gotta kill
saying.
them.
Please. And I didn't even get to complain. I was so mad that they didn't kill the Wheeler parents because I'm like, dude, if you're too scared to kill the parents, I think you're gonna be too scared to kill anybody important.
Right.
Like, how am I gonna believe that you're gonna kill Mike or you're gonna kill Steve if you're too scared to kill fucking Ted Wheeler? Like
Right.
you didn't even kill the dude who's done nothing but bootlick the U.S. government for 5 seasons,
Five seasons.
and
Literally.
like you're too scared to kill him. I don't think you're gonna kill anybody important. Like, or they're gonna kill the most a random person that I would never like. They're gonna kill Robin or something. Like I have no reason to expect that they're gonna kill Robin, but they'll kill some random
I
motherfuckers.
have
But
my predictions. My
oh, I
DC
do too.
movies.
I do too. But what was I gonna say? Where were we? Okay, so yeah, Max almost got out. She decided to stop running for whatever
In the
reason.
music.
She
Yeah, she was just
When they pointed out that like she should know this song, so she should know when the song is about to end and when the tape is gonna have to be rewound. Why is she
right.
just standing there, staring, like grabbing her
Listen to the
arms,
song
staring?
nonstop for like
Right.
weeks.
She should know when the
Listen
song
to
is gonna
Sage Park.
end and know, hey, when this song ends, this portal is gonna close and I'm not gonna be able to get out. So stop standing around doing nothing and holding your arm and standing and walking slow. Fucking book it, damn it, please.
Wait, time out. Now that you just brought that up, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She was literally that's the reason how she lived was because she ran to the hole.
Yeah. And I think
Wait,
she
wait, wait,
knew.
wait,
I
wait.
think she knew that she was gonna run. I knew she had to, but like I just think I don't know for the plot reasons they have to keep her there so that she can work with
Never
Holly.
mind. I was thinking because it happened. No, it happened one time when she got out and then she didn't die.
It was
But
the
I was
first
looking at
time
confusing it. I
Vecna.
was mixing it up because
Yeah.
I was mixing it with her getting snapped, but she got out still. That's
Hmm.
not what happened. She
She
got
didn't.
snapped,
Yeah. She didn't get out.
and then
Quite frankly, she
she didn't
got
get out,
killed. She
and
died,
then
and then
Lucas was
Elle brought her
crying,
back.
and somehow. Oh yeah, L. You're right. Okay, I remember now. Yep,
Elle
yep, yep, yep.
has healing powers somehow. And
That we haven't seen since
before
then,
or
and
after.
also before or after, and ain't wasn't Hopper was he shot in the stomach and he didn't get healed, but
Elle was there when Karen Wheeler was dying out on the ground.
oh
Didn't
and she
heal
didn't get
her.
healed.
Now
Oh,
maybe
and then
it's a reveal that it's
Eddie
more of
didn't get
a.
healed.
I think more it's a spiritual. Like I think it was like a. I don't necessarily think that she can heal wounds as much as
Maybe
she can
she's
like
right.
jump into your consciousness and try to wake you up because like she didn't heal Max's wounds. Max
Right,
had all her
right,
bones still
right.
broken,
She was
and yeah, she was still
dead.
cooked. But like she just healed, like she was able to bring her back, like through her conscious. But
Yeah.
can't you just do that for everybody?
Right.
Maybe it was because of at the end of because wasn't she in the bath? Like she wasn't actually physically there when she fought Max or when she fought Beck
Yeah.
in Max's mind. Like I think she was
Right.
virtually there through the weird like remote
The
play app that she has on her phone that she can just jump into
yeah.
other people's minds and play with them and shit. Um,
Right. Right. Right.
but anyway, so
So
yeah, Max is in Henry's memories, and she's kind of stuck there and in this cave where Vecna won't go. And her and Holly are trying to make this plan to like get out. Um, and tells did we don't see that we don't see the results of that, right?
No,
of
no,
what
we don't get
happens.
to that part. They
Yeah, I
don't
was gonna
come
say I
back.
don't think they come back to
Yeah,
that. Yeah, so basically where we leave Holly and Max for the this
Max
volume
together in
is
that
they're
room,
together, and Holly's about to go
in that
back to
cave.
the house and try
Yeah.
to basically be an inside eye for Max.
Right.
But now the crazy thing is, does that even like, does Vecna's plan even like, does he still go through with that plan if it was kind of thwarted where he was going to grab them like one by one and bring them to the house, but now they basically
He
had to
has
take them by
everybody.
force.
Oh no
And
way.
because at the end, remember the
He didn't get none of the
Demogorgons,
kids.
you know he did, because remember at the
He get
end,
some of them.
uh dude, the Demogorgons walked out and grabbed them all for the most part. I think the only one he didn't get was Derek. Because remember, they were literally in the tunnels. The Demogorgons walk out through portals, grab these kids, and walk the fuck back in the portals, and then come back to try to kill him. And that's when Will does
Oh
his
yeah.
little boom boom boom
Okay.
boom boom. Um,
That's what he.
he
Boy.
does his stuff. But yeah, I think that's the end of the third episode is when Max is revealed, or not Max is
Nah.
revealed.
No, 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 no. That's
Oh,
when
we forgot the best part. So we forgot the fuck. Oh my god, how did we forget that? How did we
what?
skip to the Max Z? But we forgot the Turnbows being kidnapped and uh like taken to the barn. So Vecna's plan is to get all these kids to come to the Upside Down so that he can use them for power or whatever. And they figure this
Jump
out.
and
They
slap.
figure this out because Will is seeing through the eye. He's figured out that he's seeing through Vecna's eyes. So when he sees through Derek's eyes, that means Vecna is looking into Derek's mind, which means Derek is going to be taken. So
He's next.
their plan, they make this. This is probably my one of my favorite parts of like the season so far. Besides the fact that it's all exposition-y and like everybody just says shit because it's a script. Um, them setting this plan up, like the Home Alone traps, because they see like we have to wait. The Demogorgon goes to the Turnbow's house, right? That's the house that they booby trap, right?
Yep.
Okay,
And
so
that's when
yeah,
he
so
hopped
he
over the mountain.
their plan is basically we're gonna kidnap this family, we're gonna kidnap this family, drug them so that Vecna thinks he's asleep, and that's when he sends the Demogorgon to come and get him while he's asleep. But the Turnbows are actually all drugged, and Derek is knocked out, and they're being taken to this other place where they drug them so that Vecna can't see where they're going and know exactly where they're at.
Right.
But very crucial to this plan is that Derek stays knocked out because if he wakes up, then they're able to sense where he's at and then they can send the Demogorgon. We'll get there.
Right.
So they set up this like booby trap. They're literally like, it's kind of cool. Them setting up like they're filling up acetone grenades.
Right.
They got like they're setting up tripwires for spikes to come down and smack the Demogorgon in the face. They chainsaw the floor so that he falls through this rug into a barrel of barbed wire
Yeah.
and then he gets set ablaze and then Nancy shoots him with a they set up like they set up what hey Nancy walk him down Wheeler bro my sister hey my sister put me on walk him down Wheelers bro that's all she is um they set up the basically Murray. We haven't mentioned Murray at all either. For good reason. I
I'm
fucking
not
hate
gonna
Murray.
lie.
Fucking hate Murray.
Murray fell off this season. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry.
He's barely fucking in it. He's literally the supply man that is a
Supply man
cutscene.
knows
Like yeah, like which is great because when
He
I
had
first
big role last season, and now he's just the
I'm
supplier
fine.
that gets
I
enough
think
credit.
Murray is. I don't like Murray that much. All he does is make people uncomfortable and like uh tell people to fuck. I said that in the video. As I literally was like, I want him to die. All he does is tell people to fuck and make them uncomfortable. That's literally all he's done in the last 2 seasons. And then even in Russia, he was integral to them getting out, but he fucked up numerous times on the way to them getting out of Russia. So
Right.
fuck Murray. When I saw him in the first episode coming and bringing him stuff, I was like, fuck. I hope he does not have a big role. And then he didn't have a big role for the first like 2 episodes, and all of a sudden now he's this crucially integral part of their plot where they're having to get these kids out into his van to smuggle them out of Hawkins somehow. Um, he basically gives them these trackers. We haven't really talked about the trackers at all either. The whole point of like Hopper going in the Upside Down. and like their plan of the crawl,
The track is
basically
kind of worthless.
well, but like the how they keep track of Hopper and the Upside Down and stuff is through they have this like van with a tracker on top, and they match wavelengths where Hopper's in the Upside Down, and since it's a parallel of the main thing, they just use that frequency to follow, and that's how they learn where Hopper is, and like when people are in the Upside Down, that's how they try to track them, is to see where they're at in case they lose them, they're cooked. Like even Hopper says that. The trackers are what Murray's bringing in. Murray's bringing those trackers in, and he brings in these little trackers. And Nancy's like, "Hey, we're gonna fucking load this into a shot." This is I love fucking Nancy, bro. Her first instinct is to unload the buckshot, put in a tracker in the fucking shotgun shell, and just shoot the Demogorgon with it. Cause fuck it, that will work. And even Murray's like, "There's a good chance that this just completely destroys the tracker and it does nothing." And she does it. It works. So they're like, okay, this is the plan. So that's the plan. They get them all booby trapped. This Demogorgon is getting fucking cooked. Like he's getting tossed around like a beanbag. And Nancy shoots him with the shotgun shell. Did it even connect the first time, or did they have to? I think it did connect the first. Yeah, they got it on his back. They got it on his back, and it started running. And so it ran because it figured out, oh, this is not what it should have been. So the Demogorgon runs, and they're tracking it. That's what Steve, Jonathan, Nancy, and Dustin are doing, right? They're in the car because Dustin hooks the thing up to the top of the car, which Steve was not happy about. And I fully agree with Steve on this. Drilling a hole in the top of my car is crazy. Yeah, right. He just straight up did it. Fuck it. No questions asked. It was a Beamer too. That's kind of crazy. Once the Demogorgon runs, they tell them, they're chasing it, and they're trying to chase it because it runs. Does it run in the Upside Down, or does it just run out in the open? I want to say it ran into the Upside Down. It switches into the Upside Down. Yeah, so it's running, it's tracking it, and then it switches. So then they're trying to match the frequencies, and they're doing this. And I guess I'll just say like this is where they end up running because that's the hole that they go in is the Demogorgon's hole. Okay, yeah. So they're chasing it in the right side up, and then the Demogorgon runs in the Upside Down, and there's this little thing that's opening and it's closing. They all drive through it, which cool. I think their reactions of like none of them think it's gonna work, and Steve at this point doesn't really give a shit if it works. Like I don't think he cares. I was like, well, you kind of got to like at this point. Nancy's, let's just fucking go.
She's like, just go.
Yeah, because
Dustin's like, no.
Dustin is freaking the fuck out in that passenger seat. And then they get the Upside Down, and then back in. I'm trying to think what happens after that. They after the trap. So they end up getting the thing works. Like they end up. I guess we could talk about like how they drug the Turnbows. So their plan is to go get benzos from the hospital that Vicky works at. Robin's girl. Robin and them go, and they're like, there's this one nurse that doesn't lock the medicine cabinets, which is holy fucking. There's got to be some law broken there, right?
Yeah.
Like someone's. I guess we could talk about the whole cast. They all break. They're just immoral people in this season. They just do whatever the fuck they want.
Right.
The kidnapping kids plot was kind of like I was looking at it. I'm like, I feel like this isn't gonna look too well for y'all if this doesn't go down well.
Y'all going straight to jail.
Because the way they're planning it is literally like sounds like they're trying to kidnap people. I mean, they are, but
they did.
It's like they did. Yeah, they are and they did. But the way they could have worded it better, I guess. like maybe don't sound like you're doing this by force. Just maybe tell them. You know.
Right.
They take the kid. They take Derek. They take the whole family actually because Erica drugs. Erica goes in. Also, I guess this is just a backtracking episode. I'm just constantly backtracking. When they go to get Erica, she's in class talking about the wormholes, which is going to come in play later. But Erica, when they go to tell her about the plan, and Mike and them are giving her every single reason except the one that she would actually like listen to. Like, why are they telling her that Derek is going to be taken? She doesn't like Derek and doesn't like his sister anymore. Why not just start off with the, hey, my sister got taken. I need your help. Like, if she just heard Holly, like even she said, why didn't you start with that? Just telling me Holly got taken, and like all this. Like if he just said that off rip, that would have went way faster. First of all,
Right.
Erica would have been way. I love Erica. She's the Ray. Like, she's friends with Derek's older sister, and then that gets them her in the house, makes this pie. But she has to act like she's sorry because they apparently got into a big fight right before this, and they're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
So she has to like act like she's sorry with this pie that is drugged with a comical amount of roofies, basically. Like this is some Bill Cosby shit. Um, this comical amount of drugs that they give to this family. They all eat it. They're tweaking out, except Tina doesn't eat any of it, and Erica's like pushing this pie real hard, getting real sus. And the parents both pass out on the floor. Derek is laughing hysterically, like at the table, losing it, and then he fucking passes out on the table because he ate the pie too. Um, and then Erica turns around and Tina's like, "Call the police, call 911," and Erica's like, "I told you to eat your damn pie." Pulls the syringe out and just fucking goes full on Dexter on her ass. Yeah. Oh, that's the best. That's the fucking peak, bro. I love that shit. So with them all knocked out, they kidnap him, take him to this barn. But the problem is Derek wakes up. so that plan's shaboinged.
Like,
That plan is cooked. The Demogorgon immediately
plan.
eats that shit up. But Derek is funny as fuck in this scene. When he wakes up and he's arguing with Joyce and Robin and them, and she's like, you know, we don't know each other very well. And he was like, "You're a crazy child kidnapper." He's not wrong. He's pretty right on that. But they're also not doing them any favors. I know he's a kid, but like he's also isn't he the no he's not. I guess he's not the same age as Erica. She's the same age as
Nah,
okay.
he's the same
So yeah,
age
as Holly.
Holly.
I he does. I think yeah, because when he gets out, she tells him like, "Hey, the Demogorgon knows where you're at. Like this big monster that we were trying to protect you from. Yeah, we didn't do it, and he's coming for you. So we're gonna need you to cooperate with us and come willingly, so that you don't
Right.
like, set more alerts to this Demogorgon, um, because they figure out they're following him in the Upside Down, like following this Demogorgon, and like they're
Right.
communicating. They're like, "Hey, he's going southeast," and then Will kind of figures out we're southeast. So Derek being awake does not help us, and now he's coming for us. So they're trying to move him. Derek gets out, kicks the shit out of Joyce, and then he runs. They're chasing him. He runs up the little ladder, and when he's
Yep.
standing on top, not fucking with any of the shit. He tells Robin to suck his fat one, which I like
Yep.
that. I like Derek. Derek says that a lot. He says "suck my fat one" a lot. Um, there's a lot of dick jokes in this volume.
Yeah.
Like the
definitely.
tunnel plan, just the dick jokes. I guess that's episode 4. But
About to get to that.
yeah. So Derek gets kidnapped, and then the Demogorgon actually shows up, and this is where Derek is like, "Okay, I'm in now. I surrender. I'm in.
Like, what
I
the-
believe you. I believe you." This fucking monster comes in, and hey, Joyce fights it off. Uh, I think Will's having his little seizure, right? Yeah, because because
Yeah.
he can see the Joyce swinging on the Demogorgon, like she's not really doing much. She's just trying to fend him back. I think she's not really trying to hit him. But she knocks him far enough out where then Nancy and wait.
No.
I feel like my timeline's off here. Because I didn't Nancy and them hit him with the car, but they're not in the Upside Down. I don't know. Yes, I think my timeline's out.
That's what happened?
I think the Demogorgon they chased him after that.
I think
They know he's southeast because he comes directly from the
Oh,
Wheeler's
we
house.
skipped- Yeah.
Yeah, we skipped because
They
or not the
chased-
Wheelers.
They chased
Yeah.
him, and then like they lost track of him, and then they figure out that they are at the barn.
Because
and I think
because
that's
at
when they hit him,
first
and then they chased him again.
I was thinking that the them taking Derek happened like right before the Demogorgon attack, but I'm pretty sure they take Derek and then they booby trap the house. And then that's when the Demogorgon comes in and falls into the trap or whatever. But then the Demogorgon gets away, and that's when they're chasing him on the like straight up, the right side up. They're chasing him. And they say he's going southwest or southeast or whatever. and
Because he
that's
was
when
still under the in the upside down.
yeah,
Well,
and
okay, the
he was
Demogorgon's upside down. They're up here. They're chasing them like
yeah.
this. Okay, right.
He's in the upside down because he fled to the upside down. That's we messed it up. We were thinking he was on the right side up first. He went straight into the upside down when he ran from the house. And then he was running the upside down. They were tracking him, and that's when they're driving through all the like
I remember
yards
now.
and
And they
stuff.
went through the backyard and they
Yeah, they're
came back out
driving
and it was
through
like
all the yards again, breaking all the laws. They're driving through all the yards, and then they're like, he's going southeast, and that's when Will figures out like, oh, we're southeast, so that's cool. So then they turn around and they start heading towards the barn, and then Joyce fights off the Demogorgon. He goes outside. Then they hit him with the car, which was funny as fuck. I laughed out loud when that happened because I wasn't expecting it. It was just kind of funny to see the Demogorgon get fucking rocked with the car. And then that's when the Demogorgon runs again, I believe, into the upside down portal, and then they follow him.
Yup, exactly.
And
Go
then
back to
yeah, and then so
Joyce and Hopper, or not Joyce Hopper, Hopper and
11, they're trying to do this crawl. Was the Maxi? That was episode 3, right? When they're fighting in the upside down. Not in the Max Z, but no, not in the Max Z. I'm talking about the
This is
Max Z. I'm saying Max Z as in like the place where Vecna comes out. Man, not Max. Mac Z is what they call the like library or whatever it is where Vecna they go into the upside down. The upside down version of that, the like government facility where Dr. K is. They're trying to get in there. They're trying to get in there.
this is episode
3. Yeah, because they.
Are you sure this is 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you sure this ain't 4?
It might be 4. It might be 4. I don't know, but it's one of those episodes.
4 is okay. The beginning of that. That's when that happens, and that's when we get another reveal, and then that's when, we go to.
I don't know. Anyway, fuck the episodes. Fuck the episodes. We're late enough, and we're just gonna talk about it. I was gonna say
75%.
Yeah. So right here. So that they go in the crawl. They're doing the crawl, or not the crawl, but they're getting into the upside. They're trying to get. They basically believe that this frequency that they keep seeing in this door that the 11 can't get into is Vecna. Why would you think that? I don't know. Vecna's never been known to make these sounds or anything, so I don't know why your first thought is they were controlling Vecna of all people.
Right.
But they went in there and they fuck shit up. They're like, doing Hopper and 11 stuff. They're cracking heads, just fucking throwing people against walls. Hopper's pistol whipping people.
Yep.
But he gets taken.
Tell me the code.
Yeah, he gets taken by that little like tentacle monster thing.
Yep.
But then Dr. K, who I haven't mentioned, is from Terminator. So that's cool. But she trying to remember what she do. She tries to take him with the tentacle dude, but then he frees himself. 11 ends up like stabbing her or something, or maybe Hopper ends up stabbing. She gets stabbed, I'm pretty sure, with the scissors because Elle had the scissors, and then
11,
she like stabbed her, that. And then Hopper got free, ends up like beating the shit out of her, and that's how 11 ends up opening the door, which then is revealed. We got number 8 back. Number 8. Who, I won't lie.
Up in this little thing.
I won't lie, when I first saw her, I kind of rolled my eyes because I'm like, we're bringing back the worst episode of Stranger Things right now, like, of all times. But then I realized, like, I don't necessarily think she was the bad part of that episode. I think it was more of what the episode was trying to do when it was trying, like, it was trying to set up a spinoff mid-season that just kind of broke the pacing of everything. But, like, and that's kind of one of my biggest gripes about Stranger Things as a whole, bro. When 11 is not with the other kids, I don't really like her that much.
Nah, not at all.
She bounces off the kids well, but like when she's with adults, it doesn't work as well. And now that she can fully talk, it's not as charming. Like she can just speak normally. Right. So it's not as like broken.
Freaking
friends don't lie. Friends don't lie. That's all.
She's just perfectly talking.
Yeah, she's just talking normal now. But it's cool. I'm glad they brought her back though. It's gonna make. I think they're gonna do it where it makes that episode like matter again. Like, cause before, if you were rewatching it, I think I skipped it when I didn't skip it. Maybe I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. I didn't like it.
Question for you. Now that we got to this part.
What's up?
you know how Henry has this like they're in Henry's mind or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Holly and Max. Do you feel like okay, number 8, she's on this machine, strapped up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I remember correctly, she's strapped up to this machine, locked up. Is she like is her power? Does she have the same power as Vecna as she can? As far as Vecna can also do the in your mind make you see things that you're not actually seeing, or is she a part of Vecna's plan? Is she doing like
Is
that
she the
power
reason that he can do that, or is that what
that
you're asking
that
me?
they're right. Like is she
Oh,
putting that image into their mind? In reality, that's not what they're actually seeing, but
yeah.
because
I didn't
she's
even
working
think
with
about
Vecna,
that.
that's what's going on. Because
I
we never knew Vecna could even do that until
No, you did
now.
because yeah, you did because season
He did
one
it
or
before.
season 5 or season 4, right? He made Chrissy see. Remember, he was in the bath or she was in the bathroom throwing up, and he made her see that vision of her mom coming in and like banging on the door. And then when Fred, the nerdy kid, was in the car with, I believe it was either Nancy, somebody. He was in the car with somebody, and that cop came up to the
Right,
window, and midway through talking, it turns into this like zombie cop that like starts saying, "Oh, you know what you did, whatever." So like he can
right.
make you see, but I'm not counting out your theory because we haven't seen her, so that could have been her. Like they could have been her doing it. Um,
Right.
I just don't know how he would exactly. I don't necessarily think it's her doing it. I think he may have a part in her powers somehow, and like somehow you like using her powers, but not necessarily using her to use the
As
powers.
the source.
Yeah, like not using like because the way 8 looked at her at L just makes me think
Like
that
she was in trouble.
yeah,
She
that
needed
she
help.
wasn't like yeah, it wasn't necessarily that she was the one doing anything on purpose. Now there could be some big plot twist that yeah, she's been working for Vecna this whole time, which would kind of be like, oh man. But I don't know. I think L or 8 coming back is cool. Just
I
because
gotta see how they even got her to be in this
that's where
dark
L's
skinned
plot line ends for this
army.
season, right?
Yep, that's
Because
it.
that's
We don't see them yet.
because
We
before
don't see
that,
them.
that's where L's plot line ends, and that's where the
Dustin
the Dustin and
and
Steve and
everybody else.
them, yeah, because that's where
Yeah,
they're asking before they go to the crawl. They ask them like, "Hey, where are
yeah. Meet
y'all
us up
at?
over here,
Yeah, where are y'all at? What y'all
and
doing?"
they didn't meet them over there. They
Well,
actually
because
went
they're
to
too busy doing
the
some
base.
shit. Yeah, but now
Cause
that leads for the second part of this season. We have L, Hopper, Dustin, Steve, Nancy, Jonathan, and 8 all in the upside down together. That's a
yep,
lot of people. And then ups
that's a
and
lot
the
of
right
people.
side up, we still got Will, we still got
Lucas
Lucas, Mike, not Dustin, Joyce, Robin, Derek, delightful Derek. Shout out my goat.
and is that it?
Yeah. So okay, I guess we can just go into the now that we're past 8, we got that out of the way. We're in the
Get Sam.
final stuff, right? The
Yep.
plan is so the government decides, hey, all these kids that are
Take all the
we don't
kids.
because we don't see all the kids get taken, right? We only see Holly get taken, and then they're trying to take Derek, but there are other kids established. There's other kids that are being taken in between that time. So like it's not
Yeah, there was already
there was a couple kids,
strapped
yeah.
up. They showed a
Yeah,
scene
that's what I'm saying.
that
There
kids
was
was
already a
already
couple
strapped
kids in there,
up.
so they're realizing, oh, all these kids that are from 9 to 10 years old,
They're getting taken.
are going to take it. So what they're doing is they're wrangling all these kids up, just going house to house, taking these kids. They're going to take them to a military base, which,
And the
as
teacher.
the gang realizes, that's a horrible fucking idea, because that just means they're all in one
Make it
spot
easier
for
target.
him to take.
Right.
Yeah. So their plan is we're going to have Derek, who we have Derek. They don't have Derek yet. So we're going to have Derek, who he's just a kid. They're going to let him in easily. Go in there with a walkie-talkie and his Masters of the Universe or GI Joe lunchbox that he has. I don't remember what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's GI Joe. He takes that. There's a walkie in there. The plan is because Derek's all in on this shit now. Derek is like he's seen the Demogorgon.
He's
He's
ready.
along with it.
Right.
He's going in. He goes in there in the base, the Mag Z, right? And he's going
Yep.
and he's what they're gonna do is he gets to the bathroom and like he counts the paces from him walking in to getting to the bathroom, so that way they know where the bathroom is. Communicates that back to them, and that's when we get the like Joyce is like, remember, Derek, you're not dipshit Derek. And he's like, I'm delightful Derek. And he puts the walkie talkie back in the thing. I'm like, fuck yeah. Um, And so now their plan is this is where they're talking about like the Great Escape uh, tunnel system where they have names for the tunnels. There's a bunch of dick
Yep.
jokes, bunch of dick jokes.
Yeah.
Because one of the
Yeah.
tunnels is named Dick. Um, there's one joke in this that is so bad that I had to pause the fucking episode. I'm gonna
Which
get
one?
to it when they're under the tunnel and they're digging it, and Mike is like, well, what if Dick is hard? And Lucas is like, well, I'm just gonna make it soft. What are we talking about? What are we doing, man? Oh man,
Oh
oh
my
that one was
gosh.
rough, man. I was like, oh, that sucks. But then, anyways, they get in there, um, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so Derek tells them how many paces. So then they go into these tunnels and basically track how far to get to the bathroom. They end up under the thing. They're hitting it up. They're trying to like. They're gonna basically try to get these kids out. Derek is gonna wrangle up all the kids that believe in Mr. Whatsit, who is, I guess, Henry Vecna.
Right.
Bring these kids, and they're gonna try to escape. Get these kids into Murray's. Murray has some weird
Thing.
like. Why does Murray have this secret hidden room with a bunch of seats and foam padding all up in it? I couldn't tell you in his delivery van, but they say, hey, we're gonna get all these kids into this van and they're gonna smuggle them out of Hawkins where Vecna can't get to them anymore because Vecna's stuck in Hawkins. So like,
Right. Right. Right.
cool, that's the plan. It almost immediately goes to shit.
Yeah.
They hit the water pipes, which I knew was going to be an issue. You guys should have been way more careful with the water pipes, considering
Yeah.
you're under a bathroom, so you know these are water pipes.
Right.
So they dig it up, they dig a hole in the ground, and Derek is sitting there like meditating, doing this visual thing with these kids in a circle, and whenever he gets the beeps from the walkie on his little GI Joe lunchbox, he smacks one of them with a ruler, just smacks him in the head, and is like, "Go to the bathroom." So then they go to the bathroom, and one, he was trying to wrangle up the Mr. Westlake kids anyways, and that one girl that's ruins the shit didn't believe it. So she comes back, but so they go in there, and the thing is like the kid goes in there in the bathroom. Luke goes into the stall that Derek said out of order, put the out of order sign with the gum, which was cold as fuck. When he stuck the gum on the back of the thing and smacked it on the wall, dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Is out of order, so they go in there. Lucas pops his head through the floor, and first of all, I'm shocked it didn't scare these kids. He just stuck like they don't know what's coming up through that floor. They make a
Right.
hole, so these kids they're bringing them down one by one, and Derek's like every time the one's out, he smacks them, and then they go to the bathroom, goes down. But then the water starts leaking, and this is when the shit gets bad because Mike is like,
Bad.
"Fuck!" So they go up, and my favorite scene in this season is when him and Will are sitting there, and they're sitting under the sink, and they're like trying to hold the water.
Trying to keep the
First of
water.
all,
Yeah.
what are they doing with like they're not doing anything there but holding their hands over the pipes like that's gonna stop anything. But like anytime a kid comes in, he looks back. Mike looks back. He's like, "Mr. What's it? You looking for Mr. What's it?" and, then, and then he's like, "Mr. What's it?" And then the kid comes in and he's like, "Uh-huh," and he points to me. He said, "Over there," and the kid starts putting his but now the water's leaking out of the bathroom, so it's kind of raising some attention. The girl from earlier that didn't believe in the Mr. What's stuff starts
Right.
walking over, and she's like, "Okay, not good." And then does Derek know? Does Derek realize? I think Derek realizes that she's going over there, so he's kind of like trying to beep him, like, "Hey, hey, 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 we're noticed. Come on, you guys got to hurry up." And when she walks in the bathroom, she opens the door. She sees Mike and Will sitting there under the sink, like. He, Mike says, "Mr. What's it?" And she just like screams. She looks over, and there's that kid. He looks at her, eyes wide open, and then just pops his head down in the hole. And they even do the. They even have a sound effect like when when his eyes go wide. They do the little like the doom, like the little like the vine boom almost, bro.
Yeah.
And then he drops his head down, and then she freaks out. She runs to tell the cops. Or the guards. Derek's freaking out now, and they all figure like the guards go in there and they immediately see what's going on. They're like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Derek and them are blocking the door.
Trying to,
They're
yeah.
like they're all using their weight to block the door, but then they run down.
It's wet and it's
Yeah.
slipping.
They just, they fucked. For kids who have all this plot armor to make all these nice ass plans that just happen and know. These are some smart kids. First of all, I was talking to Lance about this the other night, bro. uh
Yeah.
these are some smart kids. They got a lot of plans. They make the best
Right.
plans that always go exactly how they're supposed to. Um,
Right.
they always get fucked up, but like off rip, they normally go the exact way they're planning, and they get about what 7 or 8 kids out
Yeah, I think
before they get
it's like
caught.
4 with
Robin and them, yeah,
Robin,
and
and
then two more with
Lucas
them,
is still in the cave with 2 kids,
yeah.
and then
Derek.
Derek, Mike, and Will is all in that room. They all get caught. Does Joyce
So
get caught too?
no, yeah, Joyce
Does
gets
Joyce
caught.
go up
My
and get
thing
caught?
is Lucas doesn't get caught. I think Lucas took off.
Lucas still in the he's still in the
Yeah,
cave.
because
He's still in the
Lucas took
cave.
off the other way. Lucas took off in the
Okay.
tunnels with the kids so that they didn't get caught. But Mike, Joyce, Will, Derek, and I think that's it. They get caught, and they're like walking them
Yep.
out. Um, Derek or Lucas is down there with the 2 kids still. And they get out, and they're basically getting fried. Like they're gonna be put in jail probably, but because they think, hey, this is the best way to protect the kids. And
Right.
Derek has that line where he's like, "Respectfully, sir, I've seen what's going on here, and you and your men can't protect shit." And the guards, why were the guards so mean to Derek? Weren't they supposed to be
I
protecting
don't
these
know. I think they
kids?
was just. I think they was mean to everybody. They was
I,
mean to Derek right off rip.
I was gonna say when he walked in, they're smacking him around and shit. I'm like, bro, this is a 9-year-old. Like, this is a 10-year-old kid that you just kidnapped from his family, basically.
Right.
Um,
So
they
yeah, they all get up. They all
yeah.
get or caught.
Is it raining? It's
Awesome,
raining,
right?
right? I think it's all rainy and shit, right? Or
I
am I
think
tweaking?
so.
Or is it just dark? It's probably just dark. I don't
I
know.
think it might be dark.
But they're out
It might
there.
be rainy too.
They're out there, and guess who fucking shows his face? The king himself, Vecna, man. He shows up. He has
Wait,
this.
before that happens.
What
Before we
happens
get to that,
before that?
Demogorgons.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Demogorgons
My
come
bad.
first, and then they started they started.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Army
That's a
started
cool
guns
shot.
blazing.
They have like a one take or a oneer of like when the Demogorgons arrive and like because they Will knows they're coming. Will gets his little goose tingles that he always has,
Yep.
and
Yep.
they're coming, and he can see them coming, and yeah, they attack, and there's just like one shot or one take where it's literally following Mike and Joyce and them around the battlefield, and they're running, they're trying to avoid getting shot, and Demogorgons and shit. Demogorgons are
Yeah.
tearing motherfuckers up,
They're
bro.
going
I
crazy,
love it
eating
so
everybody up,
much. They're ripping heads
throwing
open,
everybody,
bro. They're
and
eating heads, like man.
alley ooping bodies
Bro,
to
I
another
did see
person,
that.
another
They
Demogorgon.
was throwing D Wade and LeBron lobs, bro. They was tossing people around, slamming them like, oh man, the Demogorgon. But I'm telling you, the Demogorgons and
They
Vecna
got buffed.
are both like crawling up my like. I like these as like Vecna was
These are good
cool,
villains.
but like now their designs are there. They're like actually fucking shit up. Like the Demogorgons actually can do
We get to
something.
see it.
Yeah, we're getting to see it all. Like I think the Demogorgons are getting up there, bro. And that's like some of my favorite villains. Just henchmen. I know they're henchmen, but like
Henchmen, but yeah, they're
for
top,
henchmen,
top
bro,
tier.
those things are bulletproof damn near. They were getting, bro, that Demogorgon ate like probably 15 army men's rounds, bro. Like it was like
Seriously.
they were unloading on this dude. He was eating that shit. And then yeah, they're fucking some shit up. And just when you thought it couldn't get any fucking worse,
Here he comes.
here he comes. Aura walking through the fucking upside down gap, bro. And you can see him, he's all wide and shit. Like he's built like a fucking tank now. He's skinny, but he's built like a tank. He comes through.
Starts
Bro, when I tell you this motherfucker was cooking them, he walked out of that portal and immediately was like they unloaded on him and he took a fireball from like they shot him with a flamethrower. He stopped it, turned it into a big ass fireball and threw it back at him, bro. And then he's like walking around, they're shooting at him. He's just like he's got these long ass fingers that are like what fucking over a foot and a half long that he's just
Yeah.
stabbing through people. Man, it was a scene, bro. I'll tell you that. It was a and what happens? He kills a good
He
chunk
kills
of
all
them.
these-
Well, because there's not too many left. It wasn't too many
Yeah.
left after.
his bodies.
Did the main soldier
And
dude
then-
die? The main like
Yeah, he killed the main soldier.
Yep.
Dude. He killed the main soldier, dude.
yeah. So
Can't
great.
remember how he did it, but
Good
it was
riddance.
brutal.
Good riddance. I know he did walk. I know the one that always sticks in my mind is when he walks up because he's not even like running or doing it. These people are coming to him basically, and he's just
Right.
killing them. He walks up to this one dude on the ground, and he like puts his hand behind. It doesn't even look like he stabs him. It looks like he puts his hand behind his head, and then his claws like
Extend into his
lengthen
head.
into his head. Like it looks like Wolverine claws through the dude's head, and it went through his eyes, both of them, and his fucking mouth, and it like ripped his face open. Oh, it was so gross, but it was
It
so
was bad.
cool, bro. Um, they
Man.
they do the big scene from the trailers of him pulling Will up, and he's like pulling Will towards him. We get the big
Before he does that,
monologue. What? Oh, the
before
Joyce. Yeah, Joyce.
and she tries to stay away from Will.
Yep.
His backhands.
Well, she should not be. She should not be okay after that. By the way, because
Yeah.
she got launched. She basically got what Ted Wheeler got, except by
Yeah.
the big boss, like by the guy himself. Um, and like he comes through and he's talking to Will. He has his monologue of like, oh, you were the first one. You were the original. I took you because you were weak and easy to whatever.
Right.
And that's his plan is he wants to take these 12 kids and this whole time while he's giving this speech, it kind of feels like a downer because like at this point the Demogorgons they're all beaten. Like Lucas is trying to 1v2 Demogorgons in the tunnels, and these
Right.
Demogorgons straight up take all the kids. Like the kids are they go for Robin and them. They take all the kids basically.
It's
They
about the
they
kids.
drag them all in the upside down, and then Vecna gives his speech about like what he's doing with them, and he wants blah 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 his villain speech, I guess. And then he
Mhm.
puts Will back down, and then like he walks out. He does his aura walk back into the portal,
Yeah.
and then the Demogorgons come back out of the portals to finish the job, and that's
Uh-huh.
when Will gets he has his flashback where he's hearing Robin basically say like, because Robin and him have this thing where obviously they're both gay, or well, she's lesbian
Right.
and he's gay, and
Right.
she's trying to talk about what was her name? Tammy from. She was telling Steve where like she really liked this girl in high school and then he took her from him,
Right.
from her, and she
Right.
has to tell him like, hey, once I realized that I don't need somebody else to be like, I don't need. Basically telling him, hey, you don't need Mike. Yeah, you like Mike,
Right.
but you're gonna be more powerful if you just accept you as yourself. You
Right.
don't need Mike to. I get what's that
To
called?
do that.
To validate you like you don't need Mike to validate you as a person. So he's seeing like flashbacks of him and Mike as kids before Stranger Things,
Right.
like when they're
Yep.
discovering D&D and
When
shit.
they first met.
They
When
first
they
meet,
friends?
which is crazy. That's exactly how kids meet back in the day, bro. It's literally just ask,
Right.
"Hey, you want to be friends?" And now you're friends. Like, um, but you see like him setting up Castle Byers with Jonathan, see him playing D&D with Mike for the first time, all these like fun memories, and he's seeing his like, oh, you don't need, Robin's voice is playing over in his head and shit. You don't need
Right.
Mike. You just it's in you. It's within you, and then we get the reveal, man, the big reveal. Will has powers now. Apparently, he's got
Yeah.
like his eyes go gray, and you just see a Demogorgon. Well, you see a Demogorgon run into Mike, right? And he
Yeah.
jumps up and he's about to kill him and slash him. First of all, why did Mike not run? Why did Mike just stand there and watch him? Because Mike had all the time in the world to like get out the way, but Mike literally walked
All he did
like
was do this.
he literally like it looked like he started to run away and he stopped and just went like this is gonna do anything against the. But
That's gonna save him.
hey, Will he's up in the air and Will just reaches his hand out like this. Fucking the Demogorgon freezes up in the
Freezes.
air, and then we see the other one go for was it the Lucas one that gets grabbed next? I think
Yeah.
the one going for Lucas. He just reaches his other hand out. Fucking he's got like both hands out and they're both frozen. And then we see another one running toward Robin and them, and he does this again. He goes like up, and now boom, three of them. He's got all three of them like locked up, and they're all frozen.
Locked up.
And you can see his eyes all grayed out like Vecna's. And then he just
Yeah.
does this. I think he does some shit, and all of a sudden their bones just start fucking snapping. They hit the Vecna. They hit the Vecna
He hit
pose,
the Vecna move on him.
bro. He used And then like, oh man, that's cool. He got the Vecna. They all snap their bones. They all fall to the ground and die, which was brutal as fuck. But it was so satisfying to see. And then he gets the. It ends on the fucking. He wipes his nose. He's got blood
Wipe
dripping
his
out
nose
of
because he gets the
one.
little
He's
blood
got the
nose like
little
he's
blood
11.
nose, and then he wipes his shit, which was, I'm not gonna lie, kind of a small
That
nitpick.
was
But the way
hard.
he wiped his nose, and he like kept it going off, flicked it down, cold as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. I was
Yep.
kind of hating at
Yeah.
first. I was kind of hating because it looked like it was too like it's
It was too
obvious, but
much.
like yeah, but no, when he like it looked like he like kind of flicked it. That was tough. But
It was
um,
hard, bro. He cooked. He
from
cooked.
everything I've kind of gathered, I don't think he actually has powers necessarily. He has powers, but only connected to like the hive mind. Like I don't think he could
Right.
do what 11 does. Like he can't break doors open or nothing. But these Demogorgons, that's where he's gonna come in handy, is helping kind of weather down like the Demogorgons and shit like that. Being able to see what Vecna sees, and like I feel like they're gonna tap into that to see like try to learn where Vecna's at. Um, but like
I feel
I guess
like
we
he.
kind of forgot to mention in the barn when he had his vision,
Yep.
and like where the Demogorgon ended up running back to. He saw like what Holly and them were all hung up on these like spires, and he drew it. Will drew it on this wall, and that's what I was talking about earlier, where it looked like the same thing that Mr. Clark was drawing, where it's like a wormhole because it's like these little like spheres that are going in a circle, and
Yep.
yeah, so that's what he saw. He has the powers connected to the hive mind. Um, Now I want to bring this up. I guess we're at the end now.
Yep.
I guess before we get into theories, give me your overall. I know we asked at the beginning, but let's just do one more overall thoughts on the season.
I feel like so far it's cooking. They ended off perfectly. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. There's a lot of possibilities, so it's not like you can predict what's gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna
happen.
ask. I'm gonna ask after I give my overall. I'm gonna ask you about what you think's gonna happen, man.
But I do want to say, um, I didn't expect him to get powers. Okay, I expect him to have something like this is what I thought he was gonna have originally. I thought he was gonna be able to just like control Demogorgons. I thought or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Like I thought he was gonna be able to like make them do what he wanted them to do. Like it's like or he can like become a Demogorgon. He can just go not like him transforming into one, but like
Fucking
imagine like okay, there's one over
his
there.
head just flaps open. He's just like not even like a Demogorgon face, just his face pops open.
His face just starts doing it. I just thought like he was gonna be able to like okay, let's say there's a Demogorgon right in front of you, and I thought he was just gonna be able to like be that Demogorgon from his
Yeah.
point of view, and then like attack or do whatever he needs to do,
I
and
think
then
he
go
still
back to
might.
himself.
I still think he might be able to do that. Like I think that might be a thing there where Will ends up turning the Demogorgons on Vecna at some point. Like
Right. I
he
don't think
could
he
do
could.
it.
I wouldn't think he could do that power that he did to the Demogorgons to Vecna. I
No,
don't
that's
think
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
that could
saying. That
happen.
he sends the Demogorgons on Vecna to get
Mm-hmm.
like he because I'm assuming he can. Yeah, right now it looks like he
Turn.
just freeze them and break them. But like I would assume he can also control them if he could see them. Because I'm assuming Vecna's controlling these things like relatively.
Right.
So yeah, I think overall, bro, I liked it. I think my biggest thing was the writing of it, bro. Like my biggest complaint was the writing of like there's so many times where because a lot of people were complaining about the acting. I don't think it's the acting, bro, because these are all actors that have proven to us that they can act. Like Sadie
Right.
Sink, I think there's such a big issue with her writing this season so far. It all just feels like everything that she's saying is because we have to know it to understand Vecna. There's not any of it that feels
Right.
like it's something that Max would actually be fucking talking about. Like
Right.
this doesn't feel like Max. It just feels like an exposition filler character, bro. Um,
Right.
like especially it's worse at the beginning, but like they have a lot of conversations like that don't necessarily feel real. Like they don't feel like real conversations these characters would have. They just feel
Right.
like I said, it's just oh we have to know this stuff, so somebody has to
Right.
tell us. And it just happens to be Robin. It just happens to be Lucas. It happens to be Erica. Whoever it is, it's normally Robin. Robin seems to be the one that gets like all the exposition dump throughout this entire fucking
Yeah.
part. Like anytime there's a
Yeah.
plan, is Robin yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping. She does not fucking stop talking.
Right.
So
I think that's what a lot of people I've seen talk about with Robin and how she's like talking a little bit too much.
yeah,
And I'm
she.
like, I
I mean,
understand. I can see that.
they've kind of flanderized her. If you know what that means. after season 3, she was a great character. Then season 4 and 5, it seems like they've leaned into the the more annoying parts of her, like the very
Yeah.
annoying parts of her, and it's less quirky, witty stuff. It's more like she's just being fucking annoying. I will say the flux capacitor jokes were funny. When
Yeah.
when they were trying to track Hopper and him in Upside Down, and Joyce's plan kind of sucks. So Robin's like, what did she say? Holy Scots, or like something like that. The Back to the Future line, and then she's like, Joyce, the flux capacitor's broken, so me and Will have to go fix it. So just stay here and keep working. And they just fucking leave. And Joyce has no clue what's going on because she doesn't know what a flux capacitor is. I don't even know what the fuck a flux capacitor is. Like,
Right.
she has. And then there's a joke right after that after they go and figure out the whole spinning shit.
Right.
Because that's when they figure out the spinning shit. Robin and Will. Robin and Will are kind of like the duo this season. Like, they're the ones that
Yeah.
get the most time of just together. Um,
Yeah.
but which is cool. I actually like that duo
Dynamic is
because
fire.
Will is kind of like the super quiet,
I don't think he ever had
drawn in
that
character.
dynamic with nobody in the
Well,
show.
he hasn't had that fucking
Sometimes
dynamic with anybody because he's crying all the fucking time.
crying, his mom, it's okay, Will, it's okay, it's okay. And it's like he never really. It's feel like he's always been a locked up character. Like even
Yeah.
though he's like not literally locked up, it's like he is locked up. Like,
I think I meant to.
he's
Yeah,
only communicated with some people.
I was gonna say that. I think Will like Will has spent so much time as like a victim that's been like just stuck being basically the team's man on the inside, where like he's constantly doing shit trying to. Whether season 1 they were focused on finding him, season 2 he's the spy that's trying to like they're trying to use as like a basically just get information out of him at that point. Um,
Right.
and then season 3 and 4, I don't even remember what the fuck he did in season 3. Season 4, he spent most of his time
Right.
crying about Mike. So
Right.
finally, he is getting to do something. 1 and 2, he's actually cool now and has some character, like an arc in some way. There's some finishing of this saga that we've had with Will. So I don't know, man. I think it's good. I'm just ready. I'm just mad that I binged it all on the first fucking day. So now I gotta wait a month.
Yeah.
Like this shit
A
fucking
month,
sucks,
and
bro.
then like what a few days after that for the last episode.
It's a week. Like after that, it's fine. I can make
I'm
3
ready.
I won't say I'll make 3 episodes last a week, but I'm gonna try if I can stay without getting spoiled. We definitely have to do this again
I'ma
for them.
binge it.
We have to do this stuff for the other episodes when they come out.
I'm down.
But I'm trying to think what else. Okay, I guess we could just go into theories
into
or
predictions?
predictions. Like I guess I won't do predictions
I'll let
necessarily.
you go first.
All right, yeah, I'll do some. I got some stuff. Let me
Mine's gonna be
see.
short.
Let me see if I wrote anything down. I wrote some stuff I wanted to ask
Did I
you
write something
about.
in my phone? Oh.
I think my biggest thing is I've seen a lot of people. I think my biggest prediction is, um, damn, forgot. Fuck, hold on. Brain fart. Okay, so in D&D, I did some research on this one specific theory because there's so many theories that it's just a bunch of word vomit on Reddit. It's hard to read. The one specific theory in D&D, Vecna is betrayed by, this guy named Kaz. Let me pull my Google up because I always forget to research until it's time for me to fucking do the video, and then I end up sitting here looking shit up half the time. But basically, Kaz is this character who is given powers by Vecna, and then serves as like his second in command,
Yep.
and then betrays Vecna with those powers, and is the reason Vecna loses an arm and an eye, and ends up, I guess, ultimately killing Vecna. But why I say this is there's 2 people that I've seen say could be Kaz, who ends up helping defeat Vecna. There's Eddie. Reason I don't believe this is unless Joseph Quinn is like the best dude in the world at keeping secrets, we would have known if Eddie was going to be in the season by now. Personally, I think if unless they're keeping it like the tightest to their chest, I think we would have known by now from somehow that Eddie was going to be in the season. So I don't think it's Eddie. I think Will might end up being. They might do something. My prediction officially. I'm throwing this on the record. Um,
Okay.
Will they use Will as kind of a I don't know how if it'll be by his own accord or like he turns bad or something, but they use him as more of like a way to get into Vecna and like Will becomes Kaz, who obviously Vecna gave Will those powers, so it makes sense there.
Yeah.
Will becomes the second in command. They use their connection to Will to betray Vecna, and that's how they defeat him. Um, because another thing I saw that pointed to this, in one of the posters, it shows Vecna with one eye. Like it doesn't show him with one eye, but like the way it's framed, half of his face is covered, so he doesn't have the eye. So now these are all like the loosest of loose theories. I didn't put way too much thought in this, uh, but
Right.
I think somehow Will is gonna get close to Vecna and then betray him because personally, I don't know how Will has this big connection to Vecna and doesn't end up like in some way being affected by Vecna also being defeated.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What you got?
I think
What you got? Because
I
that theory is not very developed. To be fair, I put like surface level thought into it, because I don't know enough about D&D to like really dive into that
same.
lore. So it's kind of hard. But I just know off like what I googled. I got that.
I got like mine's kind of similar. I really think that it's going to end somehow with Will, tying Will into this, because there's no point in giving him the power if he's not going to be able to do anything. He's been connected to the show since the beginning. He's been connected to Vecna since the beginning. I feel like that Will somehow sacrifices himself. That's why I think Will's going to die. But I didn't think he was going to die like as a hero. At first I was like, okay, Will, I didn't I didn't like Will as a character before this season because
Yeah.
like he didn't really have like a real. He was just a guy that was taken, and he didn't really
He
have
was more of
like
a plot
his
point
own.
up until
Yeah,
this point than he was like a character. He was just kind of there because of what happened to him that one time.
right. So I'm like, okay. I think now even more than ever that with him having this power and him being able to feel what he feels, and we didn't see, like I said earlier, we didn't see when Vecna got hurt if Will was feeling the same thing. I'm not sure if I'm just not remembering that correctly or not, but I don't remember them even tying that in the show. So I feel like that could be something that get tied, and I could feel like, oh, if Will dies, Vecna dies. But if that's not the case, it makes sense again because they never like. If that's the case, then why isn't Vecna protecting Will or bringing in Will or
Yeah.
I feel like that, but at the same time, Vecna didn't kill Will when he was right there, right in front of him. He
I
could
don't
have.
think he knew. I genuinely think the reason that he didn't do like he didn't take Will right there is I don't think he I think he underestimated him a little bit because of him being the first. I don't know if he
It's like ah,
necessarily like he was like yeah fuck it it's not gonna and I don't really think Will could have done anything to him right there to be honest. Like it's
yeah,
not like he was scared of Will. He wasn't scared of anybody in that vicinity, bro. He was
right.
so I don't know. He I see what you're saying though. I kind of think the same thing.
I
Like
got one more thing
it
before
has
I
to end with Will.
close my thought. Now that some of the other kids are already tied up, I think they may have a way of them bringing them and making them somehow lead to the end as well.
Demogorgons. They
Because
just turn them all into Demogorgons, and then they get to run around in the finale.
they all turn into the Demodogs
Yeah, yeah.
that we
They
seen in
turn
the
into.
trailer.
Well, aren't Demodogs just prepubescent Demogorgons?
Yes,
I thought they were just like earlier forms of the like they're the kid Demogorgons.
exactly. They
I'm telling
are,
you, they're the kids, bro.
and they
That's gonna be the big plot twist. The Vecna's just been using them to make like a
the
fucking
the,
an
the
army.
army.
I mean, hey man, you
But
never know.
he's taking a certain amount of them though, so I don't know if there's like
So I looked into that a little bit.
something.
The 12 number, it has something to do with the Bible. It's like a disciples thing.
Okay,
Like
okay.
it's I don't know the depths of it. I'm not like a religious person, so I just know that from like the little bit of research I did.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
that is something with the disciples and like I think it's gonna have some. The wormhole is gonna be a big thing. I think something is gonna do with Vecna's trying to open this wormhole so that either he can bring the Upside Down into Hawkins full time, and then I
Mhm.
guess expand that, or somehow bring the real Hawkins into the Upside Down and basically take that city. I don't think by the end of the season Hawkins is a city anymore. I think that place is getting either nuked by the fucking U.S.
Destroyed.
government or Vecna's gonna ruin it somehow. And the line that Mike has when he's talking to Eleven, where he's like, in most of the campaigns, the players don't go back to their home village after everything's done because they've seen too much
Right.
and too much has happened there, so they go and live happily ever after
Somewhere else.
elsewhere. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to end up somewhere else by the end of this if they survive. Now, uh, I guess let's see. Who do you think is going to die, if anybody, by
Will.
the end of the season? I'm not saying next part because next part I still don't think. I think we might get a kill in the second to last episode, but I really truly don't believe we're gonna get any big kills anymore. If they were too scared to kill fucking Ted Wheeler, I don't believe they're gonna have the balls to kill any of the main kids. Let alone the only one I think I could see it getting killed is either Will or 11. Will because he has that connection, and 11 because I'm starting to think that her opening the Upside Down is going to have something to do with her closing the Upside Down. And that might mean
No.
closing herself off into the Upside Down or sacrificing herself to use her power to close the Upside Down.
I think. I feel like. Um. I feel like number 8 is definitely gonna be they brought in to die.
Did you think
Um.
the thing where they said they rolled a 20 in the last season to defeat Vecna, and now they got 11, 8, and Will was referred to as the first, which would be 1.
Because he's first
That's
creation of
that's 20 right
Vecna.
there, brother. You need a 20 to kill Vecna. You
I
rolling
think
a
they all
20.
gonna die. I think all three of them. All three of them is gonna die, man. And in the
That was such a
spin-off for
glum way
another
to
game,
answer that question.
I think Steve might die. And if I had to pick another character to die, I would say Hopper. Just no Hopper or Joyce. I feel like they gonna
I
die.
can't see
And
them killing
I'm not
Hopper
saying I want
again.
them to die. I'm just saying that they probably could.
I can't see
They
them
could.
doing. There's a couple things that I can't see. Like I can't see Hopper dying. They've already faked out Hopper's death once, and at this point, just
Twice.
let him live happily ever after, please, for the
They
love of
faked it
God.
twice.
Just was it
They
twice?
faked it twice. Remember, because he blew up, but he really got taken into Russia.
What was the first? What
In
was
the
the second?
Russia,
Was that the second or first time?
the second one was when he told 11, "Hey, I'm going into this room," and he had the bomb strapped to his
Yeah, but
chest.
that wasn't like a fake. I didn't
But
necessarily think. I think because I don't think you think 11 was
I
gonna
thought
let
he
him
was
do
going.
that. You
I
think
thought
11
he
was
was
gonna
going
let
to.
his ass do that shit?
I thought something
But I also don't think he was gonna die because I didn't believe Vecna was actually in that room, and I assumed the reason he
I didn't
wore
think he was
that
either.
was because he was planning on meeting Vecna. Um,
Right.
but also, what was he gonna do? Get up there and hug Vecna? Like, you think Vecna's gonna let you get close enough to do that to him?
You think that's
No.
gonna hurt Vecna? Did y'all not see what
Fire
y'all
seems
did
to be
last time?
well. Granted, they don't know at that point. They
Fire with
didn't know.
shotguns.
They did. Yeah, but they thought that killed him originally. Like because the fire did realistically, bro. If they would have went down there and well, I guess they went to check on the body and he was gone, so they pulled a Michael Myers.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He
Maybe
jumped
they
on the
do.
window. Like,
But like I
got
said,
jumped on
bro,
the window.
Steve doesn't. I don't think Steve dies. They've already like if they didn't kill him by now, it doesn't make sense to kill him at this point unless he. Bro, imagine making Dustin go through that, killing Eddie and then killing Steve right after that. That's fucked up, man.
I just feel like the only way they do it. I just only say that because I not gonna lie, that trio of them of Nancy, Steve, and Jonathan, I feel like something gotta happen, bro.
Look,
They dragged it for this long. Something's gonna happen.
I think I
Either
know there's 3
either Jonathan's
characters.
gonna die, Nancy gonna die, or Steve. One of
Nancy
them
better not
in the
fucking
three in the
die,
trio.
bro. Nancy better not fucking die.
And it's just like if
Nancy
Nancy dies, then it's
Nancy
like okay,
is
then Jonathan and Steve is gonna be like
Nancy
dead.
is the bad bitch in Hawkins, bro. The baddest. No wonder she got Steve and Jonathan fighting over her ass.
Steve and Jonathan, bro.
But Steve, bro, I don't think they kill him at this point. You already fucking we've crossed that bridge by now. You kill Jonathan. I still think they might kill Jonathan. He seems like he's gonna die. Um, I just get those vibes from Jonathan. I used to like Jonathan, bro. I don't know what happened. I think I stopped liking him last season.
Last
But
season, yeah.
they they kill him. Joyce maybe I could see Joyce doing it, but that would be such a dark way to end this show, bro. And I used to think that they were gonna end this with it was just gonna be fucking depressing, like the ending was just gonna be yeah Vecna wins and like they take over like, but I don't think they're gonna do that anymore, bro. I think they're going in a more happy. They're gonna do a more like
I mean, they
Mike and
said it was
Eleven
gonna
ends
be.
up
They
together.
said it was gonna be bad. This is gonna be a.
They said that last season. They said that last season, and we lost one person. So, and it was a person that was introduced to that season. Um,
It was sad though.
it was sad.
Yeah.
It was fucking sad. But can you believe that he's like, oh wait, hold on, talk.
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure the mic was still recording. I'd have been pissed, bro. Um, but what was I gonna say? Damn, I forgot. Fuck.
Um.
It's already 1 o'clock, bro. The fuck.
What is your? What is?
Um,
How you gonna wrap this up?
I
What's
guess
your last?
I guess the last thing I have to say is
Before we break into the next season, next time.
I think
Come
we
back.
got I don't even know, bro. I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer. I try to be, but I can't be, bro. I don't know. The Stranger Things stuff is too deep. There's too much lore to it, and I think they're definitely gonna tie in more of the stage play because there's a lot
Yeah.
of bro. You wanna know some crazy shit in the stage play? Guess who fucking Henry Creel has a relationship with?
Who?
Bob Newby's unseen until this point sister, who's also
Yeah.
black. Who's also black. I just want to mention that. Uh,
How?
I don't know, bro.
You
It's
know what?
cool. She's cool in it,
They gon'
but like I think they're
see.
genuinely gonna. If they bring, I think her name is Patty Newby or Pam Newby, something like that. If they bring Pam Newby into the fucking season and are just like, yeah, she
Flashbacks.
was here this whole time. Bro, did you believe that the Duffers had this shit planned out from the jump? Because I don't. I don't believe this one bit.
Nah.
If they did, they would have had foresight to put Holly in some shit before then. They would have had the foresight to put Pam in some shit before then. Like, bro, some of it makes me mad, but I don't like thinking about it too much. They fucking hey, I don't know. See, I'm excited for the next part though, so I guess that's all I can say. This is we're over 2 hours now, so we probably should wrap this up.
Holy.
Um,
All
I'm
right.
not editing any of this. I am literally cutting out. I put down in my phone that time you left, and I'm cutting that out, and that's it.
Yep. And that's it.
That is the only edit that I'm
Easy.
making in this video, bro. Because I'm not editing a 2.5 hour or a 2 hour 10 minute video, bro. It's not. But I've also, bro, my videos, I wouldn't have to edit as much if I had someone to talk to all the time, bro. That's the hardest part is because I have to talk in like a way that I can edit it, and I stutter over
Yeah.
myself. I don't have time to think about what I want to say. Like, it's hard,
Yeah.
bro. But yeah, no, I guess we'll be back. I'll catch you.
Yup.
We gotta do this again after Christmas. Once the new episodes will come out.
Before the last episode. And
Before
then
the
we
last
got.
episode, and then I think it'll be easier to make predictions about one episode than it will be to make predictions about 4 episodes. So by
Right.
then we can actually like have some time.
Some
But
better
yeah,
views.
well, I appreciate you coming through with this.
Yes, Sarsky.
Anything else you gotta say about this before we go?
I think that's. We went
I
over
think that's
everything.
it, man. Well, I feel like we
Yeah.
definitely missed some stuff, but I don't remember any of it. So I guess I definitely am gonna rewatch
Me
all
too.
this before the final episode comes out. So hopefully by the time we get the next batch of episodes, uh,
Yeah.
I've rewatched these batch of episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we can wrap this up. I appreciate you coming and do this. We can do this again when the new episodes come out. Y'all go check out Reality, even though he doesn't fucking do anything anymore. I guess
Retired streamer.
I'll link the YouTube and the Twitter or the Twitch in my description. But other than that, y'all check him out. Check me out. Hey, this is my video for the week. Damn it, I do one video a week. This is the video for the week. Damn it. Bro. I will this and then I might low key cover. Have you crept up at all with Derry? Welcome to Derry.
Nope.
You need to, bro. It's peak. It's fire. I talk about. I got a couple videos on that on the channel, but I'm a couple episodes behind. So, um, yeah. I guess we can wrap this up then, man. Well, Y'all be safe. Y'all don't follow no demogorgons into fucking tunnels, and I guess don't kidnap kids either. That's some weird shit. Let's not be bad influences like the gang in the season. So
Please.
appreciate y'all watching this shit. It's a long episode, so thanks for bearing with us, and catch y'all later. So peace.